So, hi. It's been a while, especially for Wednesday. Let me just scoot over here. Um so a lot happened before, you know, I started with rebooting Rift Walkers cuz for a while I just didn't stream it. And for a while just stuff did not, go for it. So, real quick before I basically bring back introductions and such, I do want to pretty much explain why I ended up having to stop doing the campaign for a while. And best way to put it is a lot of stuff happened. And I do truly mean a lot of stuff happened. Like, one major thing happened was I was having multiple people dropping from the campaign. Two, the direction of where it was going was slowly, like, not being, like, sensical, if that makes sense. Like, I just was starting not to be able to focus a lot, and a lot of stuff was like going topsy turvy to the point where it's like I didn't know what I was doing, and I felt so bad because a lot of my players still wants to play the campaign and everything. So, what do I do? Truth is, I just do what I normally do. Ask my players, do I continue? Do I stop? Do I reboot it? Do I start something new? A lot of my players wanted to play this campaign. I wasn't gonna get that. I wasn't gonna get rid of it for them. And plus, I also spent a lot of money on this guy. Seriously, this guy, beautiful art. I am not letting this art go into the dustbin. You can go back now. Thank you. But yeah, so Rift Walkers will continue. I will continue doing this every Wednesday. And I will basically, you know, try to put in more effort when it comes to this. I felt bad for how I was running it prior, and I do genuinely want to put in my best foot forward. So for those who are returning, realizing that, hey, I'm rebooting this, welcome back. I missed y'all. For those who are new, I am more than willing to go ahead and explain it. But instead of me explaining it, I think I'm gonna have him take it over. And don't have your makeup on this time, sir. I mean it. You look lovely without it. I'm serious. Also, you guys can stay mute because I'm about to introduce everything to the world to those who are new. So, yeah,
We
just
get on mute now. I'm deafened.
I meant to say mute. So, you guys stay mute. So, I'm actually gonna message everyone else. Why don't we go ahead and start with introductions once again? As he's mentioned, I am Sir Douglas Elheim. And for those who don't know, I am one of the more prominent adventurers of my time. I've traveled from all across the lands for hundreds upon hundreds of years, seeing different generations, different wars, and even the different monarchs reign. From kings and queens, royals of all kind, before settling on where we are today. And truth be told, I've lived a fantastic life. One point I was living in the Feywilds, one point I was taking trips to Mechanus. I was living my life of luxury. But, as I got older, I realized well, truth be told, I'm ancient. Like, seriously, I'm like 900 now. I am surprised now I've started feeling my back pop like if it was just crackling rocks. Like, it's bad, to say the very least. So, I can't go off and do these fancy adventures anymore. But I did find an interesting book one day, thanks to my assistant Angela. Whoop, speaking of, where is she? Angela! Angela! Angela!
Yes, I'm here. What is it, Sir Douglas?
Thank you. What was the book you found again?
The one that basically discussed about artifacts?
Right, thank you.
Swear, your old age is catching up to you.
You can leave now, Angela.
Yes, I'm leaving.
I always loved her. She's a doll. Anyways. Yes, I did basically do research on these mythical items known as artifacts. In particular, these ancient artifacts that were coming from an alternate realm. Ones of fine craftsmen and blacksmiths alike. From tools to weaponry, armors, even the simplest of mundane objects like books. I was getting obsessed with those. Obsessed with the ideas of these artifacts. Even have a few myself. In fact, one I plan to have to this mission. But, of course, that will be discussed later. For now, I need to basically put in a little bit of a thing on the papers. So, excuse me. To which we cut to here. To which we cut to all of our fancy friends, which you can see down there, but we'll introduce each one of them one at a time. For now, we'll go ahead and start with the reason that people are slowly starting off this day. As it starts off like every other day. As a lot of people will note, they start to see what looks to be paper flying from the skies. Paper that basically lands into many people's hands, as it's an invitation and location towards the great Sir Douglas Abelheim's fancy island, one of which in the outskirts of land, not owned by anyone but himself. Many people have refused the call, thinking this is a scam. Others basically steer clear of it. No need to be an adventurer in this kind of weather, times. But for a few lucky people, that is where their story will take them. As we will go ahead and start with the day of people's arrival. The day everyone starts to show up. And let me pull his fucking image out. Where are you? Sir Douglas? Yes, you are. How could you forget about me?
Well, to be fair, I can't read sometimes. You know, dyslexia. Anyways, I'll let you take it from here, sir.
Gladly. First of all, I can tell that the paper had gone through successfully,
he says as he sits upon his fancy big chair.
But first I need to check on a few people in particular.
He says as he gets up. And next to him is his faithful assistant. Please tell me that's his faithful assistant. I don't want to have to look all over it again. Thank you. His faithful assistant, Angela, who is a goblin. She is very small. Sir, I believe now is the time you get the one gentleman that was, staying here?
Right. Where is our charming little bunny boy?
I believe he's essentially resting up in his room. You know how performers are.
True. Let me go ahead and let me get to him.
As Henrik, you can unmute. As you hear a knock at your door.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I was I was figuring out why was I still not talking. I realized I muted on my own mic. Sorry.
You're good.
Who is it?
It's the one and only.
And Angela.
And Angela.
Hi, you can come in.
Let's see.
Hey.
As they both walk in. Oh, damn. Where's our image? There it is. For people watching, what appears is a fairly well-dressed gentleman with rabbit-like features on the top of his head. Would you like to introduce yourself, Henrik, and what your character looks like for the rest of the group?
Yeah. Did I put it in art or?
Yeah, you can put it in a character stuff, or Rift art, whichever place you feel comfortable in.
Okay, I'll put it in art since it's art. But hello, my name is Henrik, an interdimensional bunny boy out of We Want to Unite All Dimensions through Song and Dance. Currently, on my journey, I'm trying to find my way back home to continue my long journey of finding my best friend. This is what I look like. Yeah.
There was the Henrik. And Henrik, you are basically seen with both Sir Douglas and Angela, as both of them look over to you.
Henrik,
Mm-hmm.
remember how at one point we mentioned how we'd be assisting you so long as you assist us in some manner?
Wait, repeat that again. Sorry.
That's a fine. He basically says, remember how we promised to assist you so long as you assist us in a particular matter?
Oh yes, of course. I do remember that. And did you find anything?
We're still working on it. However, we are getting a lead. We basically started from where
Oh. Thank you, 24 Carer? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Thank you, 24 Carer, for the follow, and I'm now at 90 followers. Let's go. I don't even know who you are, but thank you, you beautiful bean. Anyways. As essentially, they tell you, we are getting some leads, especially from the point where you and Kiawe started. Which, don't worry, we'll have Kiawe at a particular location so you can meet up with him. But there was someone else we needed to introduce you to.
Oh, who could that be?
Remember how there was a project me and Angela were working on?
Yes.
Well, follow us, please.
Okay.
They say as you follow them, and they follow you to Sir Douglas's office. And normally, you don't really go in here unless something serious is here. So this has to be serious in this case. And it is, as you basically walk in, and you see something surprisingly not that familiar to you. It looks to be what looks to be a suit of armor, but made of complete wood. Yet it has a very shiny center in its chest.
What is this?
This is a warforge. It's a Some warforges nowadays are made of stone, but this is probably one of its few kind made of wood. Not many exist in the world, but this one in particular, well, it's best to show you. MK, would you mind introducing yourself to Henrik here?
And MK, introduce yourself.
Yes.
Oh, do I have to reboot Quincy real quick? Let me slap him.
I forgot to unmute myself. I was looking for MK's artwork and I forgot to close out of the file.
Nah, you good. But I have to slap
Okay.
you real quick. 1 second.
Bam.
There we go.
I feel personally betrayed.
You do it to everyone, so this is only fair. Now then, introduction, MK.
Hello, I am Mark002. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Hello there.
Let me pull out his art. There we go.
Where the fuck did I put it?
What the fuck?
But yeah, for those watching, as you can see, he is definitely a wooden Warforge, which is a thing. Not many people actually, know that you can fuck around with Warforges. But, yeah. As MK, as you introduce yourself to Henrik, you notice his features are very humanoid-like, except for the top of his head, which you can tell are animalistic bunny ears. And as you guys see, Sir Sir Douglas basically looks over to you two. Now that I've gathered you all here, I've told Kiawe this, but I have a very important mission for you.
What would that be?
Well, as you can see, Henrik, MK is definitely a unique person. It is, well, machine here. That is because his core has something known as an artifact. You know, the ones that I've been researching for the longest times. And today's the day that I need a ragtag group of adventurers to assist in the matter. And I believe the best way to assist you, Henrik, is to have you explore the world with MK. That way you two, and Kiawe, when you meet him in the boat, can basically, well, best way to put it, find these artifacts for me.
I see.
And of course,
I mean-
I'll be assisting you in every manner, as I am getting close when it comes to finding your friend.
Alright. I'll take your offer on it, and thank you again for helping me out through this.
Of course. Now, here's the thing. If you thought it was just going to be you three, I will assure you you'd be surely mistaken on that. As I planned in advance to basically hire some assistants. Angela, have you picked out some people? Yes, I picked out three so far that I believe would probably assist them the best in this journey. And each are arriving on their own boat as we speak. Wonderful. Why don't we go ahead and go outside? Would you two care to follow?
Whatever you say, Lord Douglas.
Sir Douglas, I'm not a lord, but thank you for the compliment. Oh, you'll take anything as a compliment now these days. I swear to goodness. Thank you, Ericpis? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Thank you for the follow. Oh my god, who are you people? Oh, it's just Sapphire. Hello. I'm like, who this? Well, thank you. I like new people to watch. Also, hi, Jerry. Thanks for coming to watch. I don't know who you are, Jerry, but thank you too. Oh, more than welcome to. I don't mind if anyone watches the streams, because all I do is have schizophrenic moments in front of people, aka become multiple voices at once.
All of the voices in my head, you think I'm running up the end. You wanna kick me? Maybe I like me broken.
Yes. Hi, Hey, carer. Pleasure to have you all watching. Anyways, so we are actually going to start this off with one person in particular, as you two follow Sir Douglas and Angela outside, where you basically see a boat coming through the distance. With this boat in particular, you notice that on the surface it seems simple in, well, nature, but as it comes closer, you can tell someone's on top of the deck. And let's see, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by its toe if we holler at you. As you see what looks to be a woman on the boat. One who is dressed in a more, the best way to put it, refined dancer-like outfit. As it's almost as if a maiden is slowly approaching the shores. And as she does get to the boat, I would like you to introduce yourself, Saf.
My stream deck decided not to work. I'm sorry. What
shit screwing them over?
For real? What time of day is it? I meant to ask.
It is roughly somewhere in the midday. Like, I would say like 11 p.m. kind of time.
Okay. So she will descend from the boat rather gracefully, holding her skirts in her hands around her, making sure that it doesn't get wet. There's a tiny jingle from her anklets as she walks, and her steps are very light. You can barely feel the wood creaking as she moves, and she bows, holding her skirts out, and says, "Good day to you. My name is Sapphire Rossfield. Pleasure."
Hello.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Miss Sapphire.
Nice to meet you as well. She has a very elegant, refined way of speaking.
And Sapphire, as you do, and the people who do greet you, the first two being what looks to be a normal human, but with rabbit ears, and the second one being what almost looks like a large suit of armor, but made of wood. Which, why don't we start you with our first check of the day? Let's have you roll a history check.
Where's my character sheet today? Oh, there we go. History check.
And I'm going to pull out the roll 20 so I can check as well.
Why is everything so small?
They're so tiny.
Everything is so tiny. Oh, there we go. History check.
Oh, not yet. Not yet.
Oh, who rolled the history check? Me or them?
You.
Yeah, I rolled the history check. It's there.
Gonna roll 20.
Let's
Yeah, I
see.
didn't roll 20. Sorry. It's just easier.
Oh, no, I see it. Did you get a 16 or 11?
I don't know. I don't know how
it
this
just-
works.
Sort of rolled
That's
twice.
supposed to be advantage. You always just take whatever the first number is.
So
If
the
you
11?
don't have advantage. Yeah.
So, you take the 11, I believe, right?
Right.
Alright. So, I'll have that saved up in a different thing. There we go. As essentially, you don't know in particular what this wooden gentleman is. You can tell by the looks of it, he is clearly sentient. But that's as much as you know.
She is much too polite to bring attention to it.
Yeah. As the people in question, the one who basically comes to question, Sir Douglas Alheim, and his assistant Angela, which you met her because, you know, she interviewed you and see if you were a good pick,
Mhm.
is standing right behind them. It's wonderful to have you, Miss Sapphire. I am Sir Douglas Alheim, your employer.
Good day to you, sir. She will reach out her hand to him, expecting him to greet her as a lady.
He does.
Like,
As-
kiss her hand or something.
Exactly.
oh yeah, he does.
The most regal of entrances.
Yes. You see him,
And she will shake. Sorry, what's the assistant's name again?
Angela.
Angela. She'll shake Angela's hands. Nice to see you again.
Of course. I'm glad that we hired you, since you seem like such a doll, dear.
Appreciate it.
Now, I'd like to introduce you to the two people that you will be assisting. This is Henrik, and this is MK.
Good day to you, Henrik. Good day to you, MK.
Hello.
I look forward to working with you.
Of course, I look
to
forward to
you
working with you as
well.
well. Sorry, I'm new to this.
That's all good.
I do understand that MK may seem a bit odd in appearance, but he is what we call a warforge. He is essentially a construct with sentience.
I see. I'm well traveled. I don't judge.
But I can tell you he is quite the gentleman, so no need to worry there.
Perfect.
And as that boat leaves, another one starts to approach. Eeny, meeny, you. As you see what looks to be another drow slowly approaching the shores. This one more of a knightly looking figure. As he starts to approach the land, and, hope I pronounce this right, Drelbin. Would you like to introduce your character?
Hello, everybody. How do I describe this man? You see what looks to be just this young man clad in dark, almost black leather armor with a sword hitched on his back, and just carrying a small satchel of supplies over his shoulders, or slung over his shoulders. He strains his eyes to look past the sun, actually has to put his hands up over his brow just to see. But when he sees you, he gives you all a wave. Walks over and says, "Good evening. I'm Drelbin." He almost fumbles his words to think of anything else past this introduction, almost as if he's somewhat hesitant, but at the same time, it's as if he's doing this all for the first time again. But there is a kind of eloquence in his voice. It's soft, but forward.
Sapphire will bow and say, "Hello, I'm Sapphire Rossfield. Nice to meet you."
He will he'll clear his throat, and he will actually perform a proper courtly bow, like that of a nobleman.
Hmm.
And he'll actually have a sincere smile on his face.
I always appreciate it, gentlemen.
I was born and raised one.
And as you do look around to see the people in question, Drelbin, you notice essentially the following. A construct of sorts made of wood, a humanoid male, but with rabbit ears, and of course, the one who brought you here, Angela, and this very tall, old-looking drow man, who you assume is to be your employer, as Angela's standing next to him.
And he said he was not a lord, but he was Sir Douglas?
Yes, he's essentially
Okay.
a noble, a lord,
Okay.
a nobleman.
Would I know of this man?
History check?
Like, okay. So how do I do that real quick?
I will give you advantage, though, with it, so...
Okay. So I gotta type in /R.
Just remember, if you have any bonuses, you add those first before you put space ADV.
Right. That's 5. ADV. I hope I did this right.
And let's see. Oh, exclamation point.
Oh, thank you.
Mhm.
Hold on, I'll redo that real quick.
Mhm.
/R exclamation point. Oh, I see. You have to put it up first. Okay. Sorry, I'm stalling everyone.
No, you're good. It happens. I mean, hey, Kiawe. Could I just have you mute for now? Because we are doing character introductions. Thank you, God
Let's
bless
see
you.
if this works. And of course, it didn't work.
Okay, don't add the slash. Just don't add the slash. Just how that is.
You don't have. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. I'm thinking of the other robot. I
Nah, you good.
have one that works very similar. I have one that works very similar to this on my own server. ATP. There we go. Wow, 23.
You don't just know about him because of the fact that you know about certain nobles here and there, but he is essentially the richest noble you know. As the best way to put it is, he is the 1% of wealth in all of the land.
Wow.
On top of that, you also know, because of the fact that drows talk. He is one of the oldest drow to be alive. He is now 900 years old.
Drelbin will look both like interested, but also kind of not quite intimidated. More so, oh, I need to be on my best behavior for this. I know this man. Oh God, does he know me? Like, that'll be ringing through his mind. Because if I could tell what his age is, could he tell what mine is? Because he would be very self-conscious about that.
It'd be hard for him to tell a little bit.
Okay, because the idea is that, like, he is not very old for a drow. He's not even 100. Like, he is awfully young.
Awfully young for a drow, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Most drow...
Like, to be on his own adventuring is what I mean. Like, he's like 50, 60 something.
Oh yeah, that's
like,
young.
He's middle-aged in human perspective, but in an elf perspective, he is a child.
Small bean.
He's just a small drow being. Small.
But yeah, Drelbin.
Sorry.
The other thing you notice is the other thing you notice as well is that as he looks to you, he smiles. He's like, another drow. It's been a while since I've seen my own kind. And not only that, you are definitely one that seems to be ready for the world. Sir Douglas.
Sir,
As he raises his hand to you.
Raise his hand to shake, or just raise his hand like as a gesture?
Raise his hand to shake yours.
Drelbin will have like a sure expression on his face, but you'll notice like a very slight little twist in his hand as he grasps it to shake his hand. He's like, oh wow, this is like meeting someone's dad for the first time. This is like the eldest child of 3 meeting like great grampy for him.
Great
grampy. And all that implies.
You're a 5-year-old meeting grandpa.
No, like he's the eldest of the 3, but he's like 14, 15.
Who's meeting the great grandpa who basically saw the war.
Yes. Who lived through the war and met his grandkids.
Yeah. He's just looking towards you. And thank you, Angela, for hiring what seems to be a reasonably well-rounded warrior. Of course. He definitely made ticked a lot of boxes when it comes to being an adventurer. So, it'd be nice to have him around, especially since they're gonna need all the assistance they can get. And as that goes on, let's see. The last person to arrive on the island is slowly approaching now on the shores. As you all basically try to get a good idea of what this person looks like before they start to approach the shores. But as they do, it's kind of hard to tell, so you care to introduce yourself, Mimir?
Mimir, he has this like dull expression as he watches as the boat reaches the pier. And as it finally docks, he has this large knapsack contraption on his back and just jumps off. His face is kind of aged and young, giving this uncanny valley expression. His hair is black with his hair's black streaked back with streaks of white with like white highlights in it. And he just looks around as if he doesn't know if there's like any predators around.
And as you do hop off Mimir, you basically do see, essentially, the small crew so far, which you can tell of being a humanoid with animal-like features, aka the bunny ears, a drow gentleman, a wooden construct, and, well, the other normal-looking madam here. But But those two that stand out the most are the ones in the back. That being Angela, who was the one who hired you, and of course, Sir Douglas, which you might want to roll a history check for.
A history check?
Yep.
Okay. What did I get? I got an 8.
Like I said, you can choose the bot or the Discord bot, since we aren't going to be just using...
We're not going to keep using Roll20?
Oh, no, we are, just not yet. For now, you can use either, or...
Okay. I'm just going to then...
This is your one freebie.
I'm just going to use Discord. Yeah, I'm going to use Discord then.
Your one freebie.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
My brain is gone.
I know the feeling. It's
13.
You just know two things. One, that this is the guy that works under that Angela works under, aka that's why she hired you. But the second thing is that you know this guy is very powerful in terms of influence, because the promise of wealth and anything your heart's desire coming from this man says a lot. As he looks over to you. And I believe you're the other one that Angela hired. Yes, this one is Mimir. While it seems a bit quiet, this gentleman has also a lot of experience, and he seems ready for the task at hand. In that case, pleasure to meet you, Mimir. He says as he raises his hand to you for a handshake.
I look at him and I give this smile that just seems off, and I shake his hand. It's a pleasure to meet you too. And I'm not letting go of his hand.
As you continuously shake it, he's kind of looking at you as you can let go now. It's fine.
Is this the appropriate time to let go?
Yes, son. It's okay.
Okay. And then he just dramatically takes his hand away from his and puts it in his pocket.
You certainly know how to pick a Angela.
Oh, do I? Speaking of, I believe Kiawe should be arriving with the ship that you all will be traveling in. Any second now. And that's where, Kiawe, since you and Henrik tied your backstories together, you both know Sir Douglas. But basically, you had to assist when it came to getting the boat. AKA, the reason why you're an hour late is I basically had you go get a boat.
Yay.
Yay.
But yeah, Kiawe, you pull up with the crew's boat, as everyone else basically sees what looks to be a standard ship. A standard ship in the beginning, but it's definitely larger once you take a look at certain things. In fact, it is quite huge. As you can tell, there is what looks to be a lot of layers to this ship. In fact, The most impressive thing about it is the fact that, what's the best way to put it? It looks not only armed on the top with a few cannons, but you all see on top of it, for one of you recognize him, but for the rest, what looks to be a sort of another human, but this time with wolf-like features, right? I could be wrong.
Yep.
As he hops down from the boat. And Kiawe, please introduce yourself to the rest.
He's a really tall guy for someone like him, and he has a drake that's sitting on his shoulders, so it looks like a parrot pirate. Like, he's dull. The impression that you get him is that he's stupid but lovable.
His brain empty, but he got a heart of gold.
Yep. He comes in, he looks like he acts like a pirate. He gets the drake on his shoulders like a parrot, and the drake just squawks.
Kiawe, perfect timing. It's about...
It took a while.
Yes. As you can tell, Henrik is here as well. We grabbed him first since I needed you to grab the boat. But, as you may also notice, the 4 individuals that look new to you. This is the team you'll be working with.
Sounds good to me. Hello.
His intelligence is 3, but his heart is a 60!
Oh, I kid you not, for out of character things, his base intelligence is a 6. He is nearly illiterate.
Okay, but what is his
Oh,
charisma?
no, that would be illiterate. You have to have an intelligence 8 in order to read.
His charisma is at a 14.
Oh, so's mine. Political winky dink.
What
So
a...
yeah.
Oh, that's a lovely. Anyways. Now that you're all here, for those who don't know, I might as well explain the mission in question. So please, follow me. He says as he leads you with Angela, as she's like writing stuff down for you all. As for 3 of you, this is your first time entering such a large mansion of sorts. As this building is huge. I mean, like almost 2/3 of the island is just the size of this mansion.
What a mansion. I'm sorry.
As you all enter, it is garnished with what looks to be the oldest of stuff that you've seen within times. Stuff that looks like it shouldn't have even, like, survived based on its times. And it's even scarier, too, because as you do look around, it looks, the best way to put it, like a collector of sorts. Ranging from old weaponry to armors to books, as you all basically stumble through into what looks to be a small auditorium of his. Nothing too large, but looks like something that he has for guests, if that makes sense. Please, have a seat. And
Sapphire, we'll take a seat.
I'm assuming
He just stands.
Oh, he's the...
Kiawe sits on the floor.
He still has like this very unnerving smile on still.
MK is standing off to the side.
Oh, we do have a small ad break just kick in. Gosh darn.
I hate that.
New Pulsefire Haze 2 Pro 4K wireless gaming mouse. It's inferior to wired mouses.
And costs 3 times as much.
Yeah!
And it's 2 times as inferior. Yeah! I'm sorry.
About 5 times. There's more lag delay.
Oh, damn. I was being generous.
Now you
Yo.
can get your hands on such an object for only $19.95.
For a gaming mouse, we don't even have a mouse wheel. We don't even have a number pad on the side. We're complete garbage.
Yeah. Plus the shipping and handling, which is 18 payments of $1,000. Because why not?
And no substitutions, extensions, or refunds.
$1,000. That's a steal.
Hi, welcome to
Is that
Gamers.
real?
Just buy the shit. Mm.
Yo, deadass, if I ever...
Sorry, go ahead.
Yo, deadass gamer subs. I would. If I somehow get a gamer subs fucking thing, I'm making that shit taste like passion fruit. There's, like, not a good passion fruit taste drink in a while I've had, so I need something to taste like passion fruit.
Welch's, mango, and passion fruit.
Can you drink Welch's?
Welch's, yes.
Welch's makes grape juice.
Oh, right.
Yes.
And cranberry
Oh,
juice, I believe.
I forgot. Welch's also has fucking candies.
Yes, they also had mango and passion fruit for years now.
Yeah, but my store stopped selling it. I have to go, like, 3 hours off just to find it.
I'm so sorry.
It's a struggle, man. Now I'm stuck with Concord grape, which is nice, but, like, passion fruit.
Passion fruit do be hitting.
Passion
I'll be having people run out in the snow to give me that mango
top
passion fruit.
watermelon, strawberry, kiwi.
Nope, mango passion fruit better.
I heard my name. What?
Nope.
Huh? What? Huh?
He said kiwi, hun.
Oh. Well,
Yeah,
to be fair,
strawberry,
Quincy
kiwi,
calls me
watermelon.
Kiwi every now and then.
But you are a Kiwi. Our Kiwi.
Oh, what's good, Dark Knight? What's poppin'?
I wish I had a Sam's Club near me. The nearest Sam's Club's is 5 hours.
Oh, wow.
Man, fuck Sam's Club. Go
I
to
have-
a Costco.
We don't even have Sam's Club here.
My nearest Costco is an hour, and it's one of those places where it's like, gosh darn, this place looks like it's ready to collapse.
I'm gonna go rob a bank.
Collapse.
I'll be back.
Are we back yet? Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Oh no, we got a few more seconds. We're just delaying the fucking ads.
The ad break's over.
Oh,
Not
is
for
it?
me. Not for me.
I haven't had one yet.
I saw the gaming mouse, and all I could think was from the word from our sponsors. Go fuck yourself.
Okay, we're back. We're back.
Now we're
Let's
back.
try not. Let's not
Okay.
get it.
I was gonna
All right,
say,
guys, go
if we're
get
back,
yourself.
So,
Back to
Sapphire's
D&D.
Sapphire's going to just lean over to Kiawe and say, "You can sit on a chair. It'll probably feel better on your butt."
Tail comfy. He's sitting on his tail.
I will say this: like he drilled in, like he won't sit right absolutely next to Sapphire, but he'll find a chair next to her, lay his lap, like his sack down before him, like between his feet, and just take a seat and just relax in the chair. Probably having to walk for like an hour or so. He just stretches, and you hear like the popping of joints and like his spine and his like his. Ribs
He has
just
become
pop
bubble
a
wrap.
little
How old are you, sir?
bit. Well, he's been walking for hours. Well, it's not like a lot of pops, just like
I'm not gonna lie to you. I've been making those same noises since I was 16 IRL. I'm not gonna lie to
I've been doing those noises since I was 12.
you. I don't know what to tell you again.
pop his neck, and you can hear it audibly.
Okay, let's get back to it.
I breathe and I crack my back. It's crazy.
Now let's turn this into a podcast about how we crack our bones.
Moving on. So as you guys have a seat, you see Angela pull out basically a small little board, as she's basically got a bunch of stuff on hand ready to show you all. As Sir Douglas takes to the side. So, as promised, this is a mission beyond critical importance. I'm somebody who is a collector, as you can tell from my lovely home. I collect many things, from old weaponry back then that was used in a war, to new objects here and there so I can see their relevancy and their beauty. But one thing that I've loved collecting are these ancient artifacts. These artifacts that have such renownedness to their name. And in particular, these ancient artifacts have sigils belonging to someone unfamiliar, yet
as I look, it's clearly no one from this realm. He says as he then shows you one of the artifacts in question, which happens to be the cane that he's been holding. As he opens up inside, as not only is this a sword, yes, a cane sword, but you can see the sigil that's on the bottom of the cane, as it looks unfamiliar to everyone involved, but yet you can tell it's definitely handcrafted.
Don't worry,
Am I
everything's just
able
falling around.
to? Am I able to gauge anything from the sigils themselves?
All you can tell is that it is definitely foreign. Not even someone new could craft something like this, because there's two things that stand out with the sigil. One, it has a symbol on it that would seem impossible to stamp in, even with magic.
Is it magical in nature?
It seems like it, because in the second part about it is that it glows when seen by the human eye. Almost as
So
if
it's like, it's obviously magic?
it's obviously magic, just unfamiliar, essentially.
Okay,
And
because we wouldn't need to detect magic to, like, be able to investigate more into it, right?
Pretty much.
Can I potentially roll Arcana?
Can I
Oh,
do
you-
the same?
Oh yeah, you guys can certainly roll Arcana. I don't mind.
Okay. I'll let him roll first.
Do you allow it that characters can help one another and
Oh,
that
yeah.
there's
I
the chances?
I do. You just have to choose who you help and who's the one rolling, essentially.
am rolling like dog shit tonight. It's a rare occasion.
Okay, I'm gonna roll mine, and hopefully I roll better than that. Never mind.
Damn, you both got a 6. Sapphire,
I think
did you want to assist someone? I believe you said.
I don't have Arcana to help. I was just
I don't either.
I
I
was
was
make-
+3 int.
I was making the suggestion because that's something that I don't really do in the games that I'm in. Is that if two people have the same skill, then they can help one another and they get a bonus.
I'm pure stupid.
Actually,
Am I the only one that has a 4 in intelligence?
um,
A
No.
+4?
No,
oh
I have a +3 in
+2.
intelligence.
yeah, I don't have I'm a wisdom based character. I have +5 in wisdom. I think
don't
Check
have
this out.
proficiency in Arcana just
I
yet.
am negative.
No, +3.
two.
+3 in wisdom. Sorry.
So this is how it feels to play an intelligence-based character. I don't
Yep.
like it.
Yeah, well, welcome to me when I played a wizard in Curse of Strahd.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah!
Well, here's the thing, though. I have 20 in strength
Nice.
as a ranger.
How?
So you're gonna be our turret, right?
Yes.
We'll just place you
Before
at the
level
back.
4? How?
You easily can. Just
You
get an 18.
Yep.
Yep.
wait,
I
hold
have
on,
one
isn't-
18 stack, and instead of putting it in dexterity, I put it in strength.
I put mine in
Hold on, I
Constitution
thought-
because HP is everything.
Fair.
I
That's
have
true.
2 18s and 4 one in dexterity, 1 in intelligence.
We hate
I
you.
don't have an 18. I don't have an 18. I have a bunch of 14s and one 16, but that's about it.
I'm good at everything, and slightly good at one particular thing.
Although I have an 11 in Con and Wiz, so...
Why is Conquer?
I have 17 strength, 16 dexterity, 19 constitution, 14 intelligence, 7 wisdom, and 14 charisma.
I should probably continue before we start making ourselves saddened.
Yeah, let's do
We're
that.
already miserable.
Fair enough. But yeah.
On with the show.
Yeah, on with the show. As you all do continue to watch this unfold, he puts the sword away. As you all basically see on the board, essentially different arcane sigils. Ones that are unforeign to those even who practice magic. These are the symbols of famous craftsmen. Yet here are the ones that are unfamiliar. These are specifically created by these well, I would like to call them ancient craftsmen. The ones who basically mastered their art in crafting. And to me, I find these items fascinating. They seem simple in nature, only to have hidden effects and properties that are beyond normal means. Your jobs are simple. As I am old, and truthfully, I wish I could adventure, but even standing here, I feel pretty winded. He says, because as he lifts the cane a bit, you can tell his hand's a bit shaky before putting it back down. Truthfully, I can't do too much. I have influence, not strength. So that's where you all come in. You all basically go around our lovely world and essentially grab said artifacts for me. These artifacts will range, of course, and while I don't have exact locations, I do have a general directions of few, while others I know exactly where they are. And of course...
Sapphire will raise her hands. I do have a question.
Yes.
How are you expecting us to procure said items? Is it by any means? Because, by any means might not be a good thing to do. Will you provide us with funds to purchase should we find them? Obviously, if we're looking in caves for things, that's fine. But, what means are you giving us to be able to procure these?
Well,
Since they are for you.
Well, for one thing, as mentioned, I will provide you anything you need. From resources in some regard to, well, money. Money is one of the big things. I do know others have certain quests of their own that they need done, and I plan to assist them with that as well. As for the means of you obtain it, while I do say however you can, I would like to try to keep it within the realm of legalcy so I don't have to end up dealing with things. Should basically someone's willing to give it up to you and you're able to grab it, that is fine. Others, of course, if basically you find it, then they should be fine to pick up. Just to note, though, because I do understand your worries. I do know some who do possess it, but ask for favors that I particularly can't handle. Again, old. I hate saying that, but I am quite old. Yeah, you are. Shut it, Angela. And anyways, but to demonstrate what kind of artifacts you are looking for, MK, do you mind standing up for them?
Most certainly. As MK stands in the middle of the room.
As you can tell, this gentleman here is a warforged, a wooden one, so he's one of the few of his kind. But inside him is an artifact itself. That core. One that is able to give this gentleman not only his sentience, but also his own consciousness.
How do you keep the wood from rotting away or burning?
Oh, it's a side effect of the core.
Hmm.
Is it edible?
Oddly specific, but no, it is not edible.
How did you know that one of all questions?
Angela says
Why would
that she's
you-
behind a board.
Why would you want to know that?
Listen, there are sometimes weird tests we have to conduct, and aka the dragon, aka his dragon tried eating it, it did not turn out well.
Treat.
Oh my gosh. You must have had to wait till it did its number 2.
Oh no, we didn't have to wait. He tried fitting it in his mouth, and then the dragon spit it out.
Oh, okay.
No, otherwise I'd feel poor for MK. But no, he is not a byproduct. He was almost turned into a true toy. That's what it was. But also we shouldn't
But you didn't
really.
want him.
Wait, what'd you say?
Nothing. Continue.
Okay. But I will say the core is rather durable. Just should be cautious though. I did take a long time to repair it. when I found its state, it was rather damaged, but after fixing it up,
Do you think we'll suffer any type of damage by touching these things? Because if they're magical and, you know, the wrong person touches it, if it's a deity that doesn't like another deity.
oh no, these artifacts are basically beyond the realms of gods.
Okay.
See, one thing I've also discovered about these artifacts is they are not created by deities. They are created by people who are beyond the ideals of godhood, but not gods themselves. More, people who don't age and have perfected their craft. I found this out as it is possible to meet them. See, when you gather 10 of these artifacts, it is able to open up a small portal to their realm. I have never been, but a dear old friend of mine before he passed away did. And from what I was told, it was like entering a realm of far and wide advancements, beyond anything we are currently capable of. And while some lands I know have started producing stuff with gunpowder, these go beyond that. Artifacts that even blow my mind from hearing about it. Like machines that can fly into the sky with no restrictions of the wind, or people able to attach metallic limbs to themselves. Almost foreign to me. Almost impossible. Yet to him, he says that's what he saw. I must see it for myself.
Sapphire will sit back and touch her sigil and put her hand to her chest and just pray.
Of course, touching... Oh. Yes, Mimir?
What would happen if, let's say, a monster or a creature were to touch these artifacts?
Well, it's interesting. It depends on the artifact itself. Most artifacts won't harm humanoids, or even constructs, or anything with certain sentience levels. You know, people who are quite intelligent, essentially, or those who have at least enough conscience to know their left foot from the right foot. Looks like Kiawe.
Yeah, he just looks at his.
I would say everyone's head turned to Kiawe.
He looks at the wrong foot for his left and right foot.
Well, at least smart enough to breathe. Essentially, how these artifacts work is, unless they are provoked or interacted the wrong way, they won't do anything. But if handled properly, or handled improperly, something happens. In fact, MK is the prime example. His core is basically standard. However, if he overloads his own core and misuses it, he could be damaged. And the core could break, meaning I would have to repair it again.
Which would require us to come back here.
Yes, unless you find someone who somehow universally specializes in very ancient technology, or at the very least, magical arts to the point of being able to repair such a difficult device. So I could make sure he stays alive, please.
Mimir looks at him with a glint in his eye.
Oh goodness. But yes. But this isn't exactly where I finish with this. First of all, there's a reward for even appearing here. Angela. She then starts bringing in money. And she brings each of you a sack of gold. Who would like to be the one to look into this bag of gold?
Treat.
Shiny, shiny, click, clack, shiny, click, clack.
Mimir, as soon as you open it, you're counting it. There's 50 gold. He left each of you. He left each of you a bag of 50.
Yeah.
Of course, this is the starting payment. From here, things will be progressively more towards your line of resources. From money to potential meetings with important people that you need to meet, even to small objectives. As I promised a few of you, in particular, I did promise to help you some. So, like I said, do let me know if there's anything I can assist you with. Even if you don't believe there's something. You'd be surprised what I'm capable of doing. As I have connections in places you may not expect. Now, before I continue, is there any more questions? I'm more than happy to answer them.
He hasn't met a lot of us, right? So she will explain that she is looking for an item to help her husband, who is human and more mortal than she is, live longer so they can be together. That is one of the things that she is looking for.
An object to slow down aging.
Not just slow down aging, just keep him from not dying so soon.
I see. I definitely know of a few relics like that. I'm more than willing to have my time put into finding it. Though, of course, that's if you assist me with my matter.
That's why I'm here.
And I'm more than willing to assist. You have my word on that.
Food.
Yes, Kiawe. We'll get to the diner later, I promise.
If possible, is there a relic or artifact that can, I don't know, supercharge a monster, or
Like
maybe possibly make a creature about as strong as a dragon?
an enhancement for a beast of sorts. I do know of some that exist. I could probably find one. Though if that's what you request, it shouldn't... of course I will need the assistance to find these artifacts as well. Give and take, as you will.
Sound, is it remotely possible, because I have speak with animals at will, can I just speak with animals 24/7?
I mean...
I don't think that's how that works. You have to do it specifically for that animal.
Is it specific animal? The description says any animal.
Yeah, but you have to actually have an animal in front of you to use it on.
I thought it just makes you understand with animals. Okay.
I think
No, there's a specific ability that lets you speak with animals permanently.
Yeah.
Yeah, otherwise,
it-
if you cast Speak with Animals and it was for every animal, you'd be hearing the flies in your ear talking about how they were waiting for you to die.
Yeah, they want to nom on you.
Nom.
They'll turn into finest of fly manure.
Wait,
Yes.
he specifically said speak with animals, right?
Yes.
You gain the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts for the duration. The knowledge and awareness of many beasts is limited by their intelligence, but at minimum, beasts can give you information about nearby locations and monsters, including whatever they can perceive or have perceived in the past day. You might be able to persuade the beast to respond favor you after GM's discussion. It's range self-target self. That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
but it's temporary. It's not a permanent effect.
It's only
It's 10 minutes.
Yeah, but I have to spell at will.
That's why he
I mean,
asked.
you can cast it at will. It's basically a cantrip.
You do.
It's basically a cantrip for me. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But
I
you
can't
have to
just
remind
it
yourself
on.
to cast it.
Yeah.
Because I have the Drake on me and I'm constantly talking to it.
Yeah.
That's kind of the whole idea, the reason why I have the at will, and I was just to double check with you because I forgot about it.
Oh no, you're good. I got you. Just whenever you want to talk to your Drake, you just look at it and just do the spell. I'll just make sure that's a permanent thing in your mind.
Yay.
Anyone else have any act questions, at least for in character?
Chicken nuggets.
When do we set out?
As soon as we decide where you all should head. He then flips the board as Angela finishes fixing it up. You see, I wish to start you off relatively lightly. Set you up. As I said, there is a few places I know specifically where they are, who have them, and who are willing to give them up. For this one, you have your choices. The first one is a turtle who I met a millennia ago. He is essentially runs a museum of sorts. He's collected artifacts like myself, but not in the same typing except for one. One I did call him and see if, with my magical sending stone. Amazing stuff, by the way. Who knew these things could link one stone to another?
What's his race again?
He is a drow. This man's 900 years old. Kiawe's staring at old man.
So there's a map on the other side of the board, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So-
What does he have marked off then?
So, the first location that you'd potentially go to, if you wish to, would be up in Beladros. Specifically, the city of Bosk, as this city has the museum in question. Not only of fossils and small old relics of the past, but he has one of the items in question, one of the ancient artifacts. He's willing to part with it, but he has no means to travel to me, and of course, I can't properly travel. At least not for a little whiles. So, of course, I would need someone to go in my place. To grab it. Now, that is option number 1. Option 2, he says, as he then shows you the next circled area, which is the city of Fetrun, which is one of the capitals of Dalmasis. Essentially the mountain lands. Apparently, the Lord Damien, owns one of these artifacts. I tried communicating with him to essentially see if I could potentially have the item. He told me he has just one request. He's willing to part with his ancient relic so long as we assist him with a political marriage. As he and Lady Bella of the Hundia land are planning to marry to basically unify their lands.
Is there a problem with the betrothal?
Do you know who Lord Damien is, out of curiosity?
My history doesn't go that far.
Would I know? Just
Yes, you can roll a
hearing
history.
this?
Okay.
Okay. So have a
I mean, I could help you roll with history, if you want.
Alright.
Alright, I'll allow it. So basically, you would roll it, and for this one, I say you are allowed to roll with advantage, essentially.
Okay. ADV. Alright. I'm rolling. Wow.
The name,
total.
as soon as it's brought up, you're like, oh, him. Basically, the best way to put it is, have you ever known the description of what a man would do if he had basically became a Viking?
I
Uh,
think.
That sounds vile.
Now make it worse. This man is so much of a Viking of sorts that he only believes in 3 things: beer, fighting, and snooze.
And women?
Yeah, pretty much.
Damn. He's
Oh, I'm going to assume Lily Bella does not appreciate that.
No, the best way to put it is we're trying to deal with her trying to accept that as her new coming husband. Though she
So-
agreed, we... Ugh.
As the lady in the room, wouldn't it be better to try and make him a little bit more gentlemanly and gentle
Oh, I pray for you in that case. But,
than trying to force a woman to accept a brute for her husband?
oh, of course. That's also...
A middle ground, right?
Oh, of course, a middle ground could be possible. That being said, I pray for you if you decide to go for the second option.
I see the good in everyone.
Then you are very, very optimistic. I pray for you when you meet her. But that's if you choose option number 2, of course. Because we do have a third option for you. Which,
Kill?
Kill? Who the fuck said kill, casual?
Potentially.
I didn't hear what that
Third option, murder the boy.
No. Third option and where
All
you
that
guys
I
can
could
start.
see when you said Damien was the fucking Damien from fucking Batman, the little shit Robin.
Oh,
Little
no.
shit, Robin.
Anyway.
Don't talk about my favorite.
Of course he's your favorite.
Gio?
I'm more of a Richard girl.
Everyone's a Richard girl.
No, I am the Richard. I am the Richard girl.
Okay. The third option. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Oh, God.
Gesundheit.
I feel that.
Bless you.
Thank you. I didn't even sneeze, but thank you.
Big sneeze.
Saying bless you in advance prevents you from sneezing.
The third option, of course, is going to Hyphalios. Hyphalos, sorry. You see, he's dealing. You see, the lord of that land, Lord William, gave 4 chunks of land to each of his children.
Oh, yes. Nepotism.
Of course. I mean, when you have the means, money, power, you can just sort of do that.
Yeah.
He has an artifact as well. However, in exchange for it, he would like you to basically determine out of the 4 children who would be likely to rule his land when he passes. He has roughly a few years left in his good old age, but you know, his children are younger, so he's trying to decide who should be the lord or lady of that land.
Not all of them want to be involved in this, don't they?
Truthfully, not everyone, but it's better to at least see and who may potentially be a leader than let the wrong one be the leader. No idea who that would be in this case, but that isn't.
Does he have any tests that he wants us to do? What does he want us to see?
Basically, you would just need to stay a day in each of their lands, see how they operate, how functional they are as a leader, any means of your tests, basically. And this is a quote from him. In fact, I have it written in paper. He says as he gets his tiny glasses out, opens the piece of paper and reads it. Mess around and find out, please. I really need to know. Seriously, all my children are greedy little gremlins. I need to know who is the least of the greediest. End quote.
Which of my little shits is less shit-like?
However, here's the thing. They could put on airs for a single day and fool whoever it is that is testing them. How do we know who's being genuine?
That's...
You know, I could put a device that records his voice on him.
That scares me how that came out of you so casually like that. And
Uh,
also,
that-
If
that-
we can take care of a dog the best, we will be a good leader.
That would be a bad thing to do.
Would it?
Of course, invading privacy.
Yes, but we don't trust
Sit
him.
well on my conscience, but if it sits well on yours, then that's your prerogative.
2 wrongs do not make a right.
well, either
Preach,
way.
sister.
But we don't trust him.
So in return, we behave badly?
Is that what behaving badly is?
Or invading on their privacy? There just has to be a better way for us to figure it out if we go this route, because we may not take this route.
Yes,
This was how many? Is that the last option?
yes, that is the last option. Essentially,
Okay.
you can go to a museum, you can deal with a political marriage, or you can deal with 4 overgrown children.
Overgrown children.
Is
They're all
the political marriage too complicated?
Did you listen to what we said or not?
I did. I'm saying that because again, my character doesn't understand.
Oh, right. Okay, so this is in character speak.
Yeah, this is in character.
Okay,
I think they're all complicated in their own way.
they're each complicated in their own way.
Can't we just put them in the same room and make them fuck?
Oh my
Okay,
goodness.
we're gonna not. Okay,
Oh my god!
Kiawe.
Not
Sapphire will cover her face in a blush.
That is not the
And
character
Drelvin will
speak. I'm
lean
saying
forward
that
in
as
his
a
chair and go,
comic
"Oh
My
my."
character ponders on it for a second.
No. This is out of character. That was out of
That
character.
was out of character.
I was about
we
to
can't
say
tell.
for a second.
We can't tell the
Great
difference.
save.
Kiawe, we can't tell
Smooth,
the
brother.
difference.
Smooth.
I was about to say for a second.
Okay, I was about
Potentially
to.
could prove merit.
So
Kiawe,
let's put it let's put it out this way. What skills do we have among the group of us? What are our strengths, and what can we use that would bring benefit to each of these tasks? So that way we know
Well-
the best way to tackle it.
Well,
mhm.
I have some degree of magic. I could climb a wall fairly well, and I have some degrees of persuasion, not to mention my knowledge of history, but I fear I may not have a lot of aptitudes in many things. I will humbly admit that.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty strong with perception and insight, just based on my particular skills. So, observing the 4 children, and I say that lightly, being 159 years old, or 58 years old, that could be a strong suit for me. But then I could also work well with trying to gentleman the barbarian. I personally would rather go for the arranged marriage, but between the 3, the museum one seems a little too easy. No offense.
Might as well get it out of the way.
But I mean, the thing is if we do one, does it lock out another one?
Oh no, it's
Well,
just
we might as well
more.
ask.
It's more development over time, so to speak. It could
So
potentially
as we
be
progress
calmer.
one, another one will progress forward as well.
Yes, and it could potentially get
But-
better. Or
But
worse.
the easier one will still be there. I think if we leave the 2 harder ones for later, they are going to get harder to solve.
I would
I'm just
argue
good
we
with
should get away
animals.
with the easiest one now, and stop it from potentially getting harder later on. Saves less stress on us, and we can at least solve it right away. Then put all
Alright.
our attention and power on the 2 harder
But
difficulty.
the harder ones will get even harder. That's my point. So
Potentially, we don't know that. Potentially.
the
I
more time
argue the
progress,
political marriage.
I think the political marriage is the best way to go. That will definitely get worse if we leave it.
Sheldon
Well-
shrugs. It's like, alright.
Well, there's 3 others. You might as well get your opinions out of the way.
Are any of them edible?
No. Are you
Is
edible?
mayonnaise an instrument?
Yes.
Kiawe immediately comes over, drooling.
Okay, about the task at hand. What about you 3? What would you want to side? Maybe you can persuade one for a different argument.
I mean, also give your skills. How can you help? How can you benefit each of these tasks? What skill set do you have?
I'm just good with aminals and doing this, and he just shoots his drake like an arrow.
I forgot to open up my my character sheet. Give me 1 second while I look for it.
Charming.
We don't want a war on our hands, so please don't fire that at Lily.
You see the Drake just
If
come
we are
back
to
like a
handle
dog with an
political
arrow
marriage, we
in his
should
mouth.
Probably send the best forward for something like that. I would assume.
I could make them something.
The only strong training that Kiawe has done is whenever he shoots an arrow, he has to resist the urge to chase him.
All right, so maybe we can use him as an example. How things could be worse.
All right. What about you, Henrik? What do you essentially offer?
Can I sing it a song? Can I sing a song for them?
The best
I
way.
see.
And I mean, in your particular skill set, like what are your strongest like
Attributes.
feats? Yeah. What's your best attributes?
What are you good at?
Yeah. I am but
It's okay, Henrik. You knew. It's okay.
It's okay.
yeah, Quincy, help me.
Well, A, you're a
Question.
spellcaster. So, for the people who don't know, this is Henrik's first D&D campaign.
Yeah, like first.
Okay.
Damn.
Brand his
then,
baby.
then let's start with what's your best stat? Like, out of character, what is your best stat?
Your
as in like,
That constitution, intelligence, wisdom.
Charisma.
oh, those stats. Okay, charisma.
You're charismatic. You're charismatic. Okay, so what kind of skill do you have that would pair alongside that? So that would be something like persuasion, or I'm trying to think of. I can't.
Deception.
Performance.
Yeah.
That's why I said, can I sing in a song? Because of like, performance, charisma. And
So-
so enchanting,
Well, we could and again, out of character, we could Little Mermaid this.
We get a Little
Well,
Mermaid.
This is
You
more
know-
Beauty and the Beast than anything.
No, like kiss the girl kind of thing.
This is more Beauty and the Beast than anything.
Okay, but
So-
this
had-
plan
Casted
sounds
with the
worse
same
than
thing.
All right,
Hey.
somebody ring up Disney. We got them an idea.
somehow all of the ideas you guys have proposed is still worse than shoving them both in the room until they fuck.
Okay, we're stopping that conversation.
please,
God.
we will not force two individuals into coitus.
We're not gonna force them. We're just putting them in the room and then
But-
let them figure it out.
That is imprisoning someone.
No,
Okay,
it's not.
do
It's
that to
it's
innocent
the
people.
what's that thing? It's that thing from South Park.
It's definitely not legal.
That's if we get caught. I'm joking.
They,
I'm joking.
they,
I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
they are the
Tiny-
leaders of their land. They'll get caught. They'll get caught.
The tiny Drake starting to call 911. Just
No,
because.
no, no.
Send help.
It goes
let
over
me
to a
re-
microwave,
let me
presses
return-
in 911, and it starts going. Brrrr.
Let me get a character. Would you say that these two both drink?
The male, extensively so.
hmm
The lady, casually. Not like, trugs beer,
Socially.
more like drinks of wine.
Yeah.
Would-
So
Please, let's not try to get the lady drunk.
Please let's not.
I never said the lady. I said both. I'm talking about both of them.
That's still not right. Definitely not right.
Okay.
We will not do this to innocent people.
By the way,
Do
Henrik,
not.
Innocent.
Henrik,
Mhm.
Political leaders.
I will
Sure.
assist you to essentially say what your skill set is. You are definitely more of a jack of all trades kind of guy. Literally, you are a bard.
Yeah,
You-
that's me, the bard.
You are charming. You're a bit of a jack of all trades, so
Yes.
you can do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, keep going. Yeah,
And you definitely know how to handle yourself in a fight.
Yeah, keep praising me. Yeah, that's right. I know everything. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I'm getting the
go
spray bottle.
ahead.
So Henrik, that being said, knowing what you are good at, which one of these tasks do you feel we should start with? Do you think we should start with the easier one? Should we start with the political marriage, or should we start with the four brats that were handed a country and have to learn how to run it?
What was the first option again?
Museum.
Museum.
It's just a museum.
You know, on paper, from what I understand, mating rituals and marriage rituals tend to go rather swimmingly when you either have the presence of alcohol or music.
Please stop.
Like this isn't remember my character.
He's still.
I know. It's really. I'm trying my best not to seem like a dick. I'm really trying.
No,
I
here's the
promise.
worst part. It
I
sounds
can't
super.
tell what's in character and what's not anymore.
It's
Delvin is just raising an eyebrow and
Well,
just like
if
Riley's
anything, we
smirking
have
at
Henrik
you.
to play the music.
Well, we can create a romantic atmosphere, create an actual relationship between
At
the
the
two.
sound of that sapphire, Drelbin will just clap his hands and cast dancing lights and do a little jazz
Yeah.
hands.
And
Boy.
suddenly we feel like spiking the drink with a love potion.
Okay, we're stopping at the next one.
That's Shrek 2. No, we're not Shrek 2ing it.
Okay, but yeah, Henrik.
I-
Let's
I
let.
would-
let
But
we
so
should
far,
we should
but
let,
Henrik, what would you prefer to do?
Yeah, let Henrik talk. Let
Sorry,
Henrik
Knight.
talk.
Sorry, Knight.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. You're basically saying the same thing I'm saying. Henrik,
Mhm.
what would you want to do? Would you rather deal with the museum? Would you rather deal with a political marriage, or would you rather deal with a bunch of kids owning their own land to see who could potentially become a new lord?
I'd say the kids own their own land because literally, like, in my opinion, how I see this is like, I'm like, off character. I see it like, well, still, it's still me regardless, but I see it's like let them like try to discover who they really are, and see how they run a country. And if they fuck up, well, then we Game of Thrones them.
Where are we gonna?
You got the first half,
I
not
don't,
gonna lie.
no, it's okay. So in your opinion, how long do you think that would take then to observe them and decide if they're worthy or not?
I say give it 6 months.
Do we really want to give 6 months to this?
We can come back to it.
Right, but who's gonna monitor them?
We can have.
Because remember, this is basically like small continents far apart from each other.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Like they're all aligned, but they're not close that we could like travel there
Imagine
swift enough.
Imagine like basically the equivalent of traveling from Massachusetts to New York, or like traveling from
Okay.
Florida to like Texas.
Maybe we can wait until we have the means to travel quicker between the different areas. That way we can deal with them.
No,
Hold
both
on.
things you
We
described are
accomplished
just
that
like
task.
less than like 2 days.
Yeah,
Mm.
because that's what it roughly is, like less than 2 days.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
2
it's-
days and
2 days of travel.
From each
Yeah.
point or from where we are to it?
Like, let's say if you started from the last land to each land, it would be 2 days each one.
Okay. Okay.
Oh,
So
so
it's
they're
like
not
the
that
points on
close.
a square. Okay. I would still forward the notion that we still go to the museum, because if we accomplish that task easily and get paid for it, that can help supply further travel and make it more comfortable for us.
Well, here's
But
the
he
other thing.
Supplies for
We
the
also-
harder difficulties.
Here's the other thing. We haven't gotten MK's opinion.
I was trying to go down the line and get everybody's opinion on it.
Okay.
So, but money wise, we've been told that any money and rations we need for travel, that's all going to be supplied for us.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that works out then.
MK, what skills do you bring to the table that could help in any one of these tasks?
I was designed as a primarily physical entity. I am meant to take care of others when they are in need. With my physical self. I do not personally contain any magic, though.
Magic is okay. Could you teach someone how to be more gentlemanly? Or more ladylike?
It would depend on context.
Let's say we have our barbarian here. Let's say we try to teach him to dance. That way he could try and sweep his new bride off her feet. Is that something you're capable of? With my help.
I'm the barbarian.
Oh, you're a barbarian too. Okay. Well, I'm trying to gauge here.
I would not personally know how to do that, as I have never been shown how dancing would work.
Out of character, what kind of skill set does your character have? You're just pure unga bunga, or?
Mainly physical prowess. He was designed to have immense physical prowess because he was meant to do a lot of physical activities.
Mm-hmm.
That's mainly what he's good at.
He
Okay.
is strong.
So none of the tasks at hand require physical strength at the moment, right?
Well,
Because we're not.
Sorry, go
all
ahead.
of these will require us to use our brains.
I mean, on paper, realistically, we can just he's a Viking and a barbarian, right? Well, not barbarian, he's a Viking, right?
Yep.
On paper, he should be a man of his word. If we beat him in a submission, he should calm down.
This is a good point.
To an honorable duel. To an
that is-
honorable duel, I think he would accept that.
That is a very good point. We could attempt to make him submit via duel.
I mean, that was a large thing in Viking customs.
Yes,
However-
of course.
Do you think he might hold that against us later?
Well, he's a Viking, right? Because if so, then no.
Is there anywhere that says Vikings can't hold grudges and make our lives miserable without actually killing us? I don't know.
Blessed? If he lost rightfully to a duel, I'm pretty sure he would honor his word.
Plus,
He wouldn't go against custom. He could go against us, but not against custom.
That's what I mean. Like he could still do what we're telling him to do, but he could still make our lives miserable.
Well, to be fair, we
Yes,
don't
but
know
he
the
will
guy
not
yet.
break
We
the
haven't
word.
met him or gauged him out personality-wise.
Oh, I
So
know.
we're
Good
so we're
point.
ultimately trying to change him without giving him an actual fair chance.
Oh, absolutely.
Exactly.
And
That's what-
I'm just trying to come up with a plan. I've just dealt with a lot of very bad people in my own game. So
Oh, my bad.
I don't put it past people anymore. I look at all the angles because he could be an absolute gentleman and want to change, or he may be an absolute jerk and refuse, and then that puts us in a position. So,
But then again, we're basing this on just assumptions. We would have to see him for ourselves.
Because, like, the stereotype of Vikings is, like, really skewed.
Yes, it is.
So, would you
And
like to know
actually-
my stereotypes of Vikings? Because I feel like that's something I could give you as a DM tidbit, essentially.
Yeah, that would actually help a lot.
but I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. I believe he has a reputation, right? He already has a reputation for being a bit more barbaric.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can
Right?
even
That's
ask,
what we were told.
You can ask
I
Drellbin.
succeeded my history check for him specifically, did I not?
Yes,
Viking?
basically his entire ways of life is booze, women, and fighting. That's kind of
Yeah,
his entire
so-
philosophy.
So we already know what his personality is like, and we already know what he is like going in. And I'm assuming that Lady Bella is a lady more refined, more gentle. Is
Okay, the best way to
fair to assume?
put her in perspective is, you ever just see someone who is basically the equivalent of a fancy lady,
Yeah.
who elegance in nature, refined, calm,
mhm.
the complete opposite of what the Lord Damien is, essentially.
Right.
Or at least
That's a
appears
try.
to be, because we never know. Maybe he does have more dignity to him than we may give him credit for.
I'm all for crossing that bridge when we get to it.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out as we go along.
But that's the
We'll figure
question.
something
What is
out.
your guys' decision at the end of the day? Political marriage, museum, or dealing with a bunch of children?
Okay, let's go from left to right. Like, let's start with Mimir.
In terms of interest, we have to balance it between political marriage and the 4 man-children, or grown children.
Okay. Kiawe.
But
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Huh? My brain ADHD. What happened?
you're fine.
Mimir wasn't
But,
finished. Go ahead.
but I'm more skewed on political marriage because I'm a romantic at heart.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So let's say one for marriage. Kiawe, which one would you want to do? I apologize if I'm butchering your name.
You're fine. That's right. I don't know.
I mean, if you want some time to think on it, or do you want to be reminded of what the options are?
Museum, marriage, children.
Yep.
Did you want some time to think on it, or do you want to, like...
No, I know. Museum?
Your vote
That's
for
fine.
museum?
Yeah, my vote for museum.
Okay.
Okay.
Henrik?
For me, I'd say the museum.
Okay.
I also, I'll be right back real quick. I gotta do something.
Okay.
And
Drellbin.
Well, the political marriage does sound interesting, but I still vouch for the museum. If it's an easier task, it's probably best to get it done and over with out of the way. Divert all our energies to the more complicated tasks will be more taxing on us. So deal the easy stuff now, then work your way up to the harder stuff.
I understand. I feel the opposite. I feel we should, while we're fresh, do the harder things, and then when we're a little bit more spent, we can just easily tackle the easier things.
That's fair logic. It's just the one worry I would have is, what if the easier task becomes even harder? Even harder
That-
than the one we just dealt with.
That could be the same. That could be said for
Maybe,
the harder task too.
True.
Yeah.
But it can only be so difficult, I'd imagine, but maybe that's just me.
Well, I'm thinking of it in terms of relationships. The children and the marriage, they're relationships that are going to continue to get worse as time goes on and as emotions continue to grow and change. So that's why I think we should deal with that before it gets even more out of hand. Whereas
I guess.
the museum situation, there's no real emotional involvement that could perpetually make it difficult for us.
I guess this is ultimately a disagreement on man's curiosity versus woman's intuition.
Okay.
Is that a good way of putting it?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Jobin will actually be happy. He was clever. He was a clever boy.
Yes.
He's also happy knowing that even though self-consciously, he managed to be clever to like an elf who is much older
Currently,
than he
while
is.
y'all decide, my brain's just going chippy chippy choppa choppa.
Chippy chippy choppa choppa.
Not again.
It's infecting.
Spreading.
MK, what would you like to do?
One moment. Sir Douglas,
Yes.
while I am away with the group, who am I to listen to and get orders from said group?
Oh dear.
While you're away, I would say you listen to the group. But in case you need a general person, I would say the one that speaks, I would say, the most logical route. The one that does not cause harm, if can be held. Best route, if you will.
Drelbin like gingerly raises his arm.
Go ahead.
Raises his hand up and say, it's like,
It's your turn. Go ahead.
Well, I'm willing to vouch to give my assistance in all you may need it, MK. If you would have my guidance, I'd be willing to offer it, or at least to ask something in confidence. I'd be willing to help, if that means anything for you, or
But
to
let it-
Lord Douglas here.
Let him make his own decision based on the logical information that we've provided.
Absolutely. It's just if he ever wanted help or guidance, I'd be very much willing to help them.
I should have mentioned this for the others, but MK had only just been alive since yesterday. So he's still trying to process everything around him.
Oh, but he's a baby.
Robo baby.
Oh, hold on, let me just double check something real quick with MK's backstory, just because I'm now misremembering it. Hold on.
I think we agreed that you were to be turned on before you met the party, so it would be a day in advance, so you can.
Yeah, no. That's not the part that I'm looking at for myself. Hold on.
Which one of you was saying to give a love potion to the couple? I couldn't tell if it was Drelbin or Mimir.
It was
It
not
was
me.
not. It was not me.
It was
it was-
not me. No, he was saying let them get drunk.
Yes.
I was keeping my mouth quiet. I'm keeping my mouth shut.
I think that was. I think that was Kiawe, actually.
Yeah, that was
Oh my
Kiawe.
gosh.
I refused to live in a Shrek story.
What? No, I'm confused. What happened?
Were you the one who
What
suggested the love
happened?
potion idea?
Yeah,
Or who suggested locking them in a room?
that was also me.
That was also Kiawe.
Well, okay,
I-
your decision is annulled.
To be fair, when I made Kiawe in the character sheet, it's very real to me.
You are not allowed to make decisions.
Aww. I brought the boat!
That's okay.
That's no. He got a point. Hold up. Wait. No. Hold up. Let him cook.
It's like,
I
no,
brought
he's
the
got a
boat! I
point.
should be in the decisions!
Let him make decisions or swim the island to island. I don't know.
Sapphire in character will like gesture him over and put a hand out to see if he will accept head pats.
I feel like MK is like the true captain because he's probably the one driving the ship, but he's just letting Kiawe pretend he's the captain. Even though
Does Luffy pilot this ship?
MK, I'm the captain now. Sure.
Does Kiawe take the head
Good
pats?
boy.
yeah.
Head pats. Head pats.
Kiawe is accepted.
They're there.
I
You
don't
can
wanna be my friend.
you can decide what we have for dinner.
That's crazy work.
fucking stomach!
You like food, don't you?
I felt my back pop.
Oh no.
I laughed so hard that my flippin'
My cheeks hurt.
fucking.
The fuck happened? It felt like we were so on track for like 5 minutes.
I feel like a flippin'
We reached
chipmunk.
our decision for the museum.
We're waiting on MK to decide something.
Yeah, MK needs to decide.
Right.
So, while we were like mid-conversation before, while Sir Douglas is right, as I have only been brought back recently, I am actually over 200 years old, if timeline was told to me correctly.
You're older than I am.
Much older than I am. Again, Drelbin will feel self-conscious.
Mimir's just quiet.
And Sir Douglas, while I appreciate you letting me choose my own things, my protocol does require me to have somebody to follow orders from.
Yes, but how do you know who's giving the right orders?
By whoever is designated as person to give me orders.
I think intentions intention is
like,
important.
out of character, I'm actively asking for a person, hey, who am I listening to?
I know that, but also, if you take orders from the wrong person, that could send us in a bad way.
I
The
think
wrong
That's why I'm
direction.
asking Sir
Earlier,
Douglas,
I'd be willing
while I
to
am
help.
away from here, who am I listening to?
Tell him who to listen to.
Well, MK, I think the best way to put it is, He's like looking over everyone. He looks over to Henrik, Kiawe, and Mimir is like, okay, no, sorry, I'm immediately out.
Mimir looks at him confused, like,
Why me?
Meanwhile, him is the core edible.
listen. Plutonium, uranium, they are edible. Uranium is sweet and sour.
Okay, so anyways, the issue is that both sides, the Drellbin and Sapphire, have very good points on both sides. So that's the issue. He's like trying to figure out. It's like choose between flipping your grandma or your grandpa, which one to listen to in this sense.
But I do believe MK needs to learn to think on his own. He needs to have his own sentience.
Well,
And be able to make decisions, not just have to listen to us.
I know. However, just to make this
Have you not watched iRobot? If we give them a sense of self, then they'll take over the world.
I was gonna say, the best way I can describe MK the Assistants is think Big Hero 6.
Mhm.
While they can make decisions on their own, they do follow somebody.
Yeah.
in this
That makes
case,
sense.
Besides, if you ever want to defeat the robot armies that's going to take over the world, you just plug them into 4chan or Rule 34.
all right.
Bro.
And
We're going off topic.
Yeah, we are.
Like-
In that case, let me ask Drellbin and Sapphire a good question, if you don't mind, you two.
Mhm.
I'm both going to give you the same question. I just want you to you both answer honestly. If, let's say, there was a decision to be made between sacrificing one to save the many. However, the one is a loved one. Would you sacrifice the one, or would you sacrifice the many?
I would find a way to save everyone.
And Drellbin?
I would sacrifice the one.
Drelbin will actually think for a second, and he will. Rather hard for him to say it, but he will say, well, as someone who doesn't really have a lot of loved ones, I would say sacrifice the one.
But that person would be a loved one. Also, could I use
I know.
persuasion to try and change decision?
Change the decision?
Like change the point of view. Like try and persuade them to see a different side of it.
Well, here's the thing. These guys are players, so you would have to persuade them yourself.
That's a little fucked. I'm not gonna lie.
What? You think you're gonna roll everything? Nah, let's be honest. I want you guys to sound convincing.
That's
listen,
really fucked up.
Why isn't that a lie? I was more trying to convince the drow, the gentleman.
Sir Douglas.
Yeah, Douglas.
Or Sir Douglas, yeah.
well,
not Drill.
Because he's the one who's giving the orders to MK in the first place.
Right. So, give me your case, and then I'll have you roll persuasion.
I mean, essentially, like, what I would prefer to do is we try to guide MK into developing his own sense of self and learning how to make decisions on his own, and not just have to be someone who is dictated by one of us or reporting to one of us. I feel that would be unfair to him if he's learning to explore the world on his own. And clearly, if he's been alive for 200 years, has his own experience. He just has to tap into it.
And I do understand it. Though, unfortunately, just because he's been alive for 200 years does not mean he's been conscious for 200 years.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean him wise either. That's the unfortunate bit.
Yes. So,
One would hope.
I do appreciate your argument in this case. Though, if I were to listen to both sides, well, all three sides, not that Mimir opened his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
There's one thing that I was intrigued by when listening to all three of you. Mimir said it confidently. You said yours with heart in mind.
Mm-hmm.
Drelbin needed a second to think. He needed time to process this. And while I do believe, with all three of you who gave your answers in a respectable manner, I will say, MK. While I wish for you to take your guidance for everyone's involvement, if you truly need to listen to somebody, and I truly mean if you cannot make a decision, I would say you must listen to the one who at least thinks about this decision. I will have you listen to Drelbin if you truly could not make a proper decision. But I would like you to try to think on your own and give your own inputs when you can. Does that sound reasonable?
Understood, Sir Douglas.
Yes. So, Drelbin.
If this is the case, I choose the museum.
So, Drelbin.
Yes. Yes, Sir Douglas.
While I understand that you have your opinions, MK is still trying to develop as well. I chose you because I saw you think on your decision. Others said this outright. I will basically I will say though,
Sorry.
please do think in consideration of the rest of your party. It'd be unwise to basically let everyone basically have their decisions be different and you choose on selfishness alone. Does that sound reasonable?
Absolutely, Sir Douglas. I'm happy either way. As long as So long as MK's not lost among the reeds, to borrow an old phrase, I'm more than happy. I only wish to stress that if he ever in confidence asked for my assistance, I'd be more than willing to help him as a friend, a colleague.
Right. Just note, since MK is new to sentience, he will try to learn from others, but he still has the primary directive of basically obeying one, or at least understanding one side. Should he develop on his own? It is from experience, but should he need assistance and guidance, I will have him listen to you. Does that sound fair?
Absolutely. And
That's
if
fair.
I may admit one thing, I only hindered, or not hindered, what's the word I'm looking for? I only stumbled and thought about my decision mainly because what I said was true. I have very few, if any, loved ones. Very few.
True. But it was the
And
idea.
if I ever did sacrifice them, it would be by my own hands, out of pity.
Just remember, you are all a group at the end of the day. Listen to each other. This is more of a decision to assist MK since he is not the same as everyone else. This is just what I wish to stress. I do not take any of you without any credibility. It's more, if I was to ask, I'd want the one who can think the best options for MK. And while all of you have your best intentions in mind, the one who thinks before speaking, I believe can answer the questions the best. Not to say his decision is right or wrong, but because he chose to think than to act.
I see.
Does that sound reasonable to everyone?
Understandable. More than such. In fact, Drublin will actually take that to heart and absorb what he said. Even if there's a level, even subconscious, of confliction, he will absorb it. Keep in mind, he is a young man. Opinionated, but young.
Sapphire will bow her head and say, "Understood, sir."
Now, if you all wish to travel the museum, I am more than willing to start setting you up.
Oh, we've done that, sir.
As you see Angela appear from the back. Oh, you have?
They should have a week's worth of resources for the beginning. It will take them roughly, I would say, as I take a look at the map, because we are starting in his private island, all the way to Beladros, which is one of the closer lands. It will take roughly 5 days. 5 days of sea travel. It will take roughly 5 days. Now, there's one other matter in the issue. I know Kiawe is confident in driving a ship in some degree. Henrik, well, I'm not too sure. We haven't tested him. What about the rest of you? I know MK.
Did I drive the ship?
Oh,
no,
I'm here. Sorry.
You're more or less basically were able to steer the ship, not really drive it proper.
How does one drive?
Honestly,
The
I feel like if anything, Kiawe would be the lookup just because of his high perception.
Does anyone
The
have?
captain gave him a fake steering wheel.
Does anyone have? Does anyone have navigation skills?
Kind of.
Like, I don't know. Is there a skill called navigation in 5e?
It's survival.
No. It's just survival.
It's
basically.
survival. However, there is some feats that let you gain proficiency in sea travel.
Okay.
But here's the special thing. Angela has a magic book for this. She says that she's holding a book. Whichever one you believe should learn this will automatically attune your mind to understanding sea travel. Now, I believe you should decide as a group who should be the one to read this, as it has only one use, but they will gain the permanence of learning how to drive a ship permanently.
I see. Will they learn how to navigate waters, read maps?
Yes.
Because those are kind of two different skill sets.
Oh no, this book is quite special in this case.
So who wants to steer the ship?
I'll have nothing better to do.
But also, we also have to think. Here's what makes sense to me. Does MK need to sleep?
No, I just need periods of downtime, essentially. Warforges are very similar to elves, where they don't technically need to sleep. They just sort of need to exist without doing things for a bit.
So
I was gonna say I was gonna vouch for NK because similar to elves, they just don't have to sleep. Plus,
yeah. So having someone who needs less sleep have access to this ability, and I personally don't want it. So please keep me out of this.
I personally don't want it.
So
my second option, to be honest.
I am personally motion sick. Please do not.
I have no horse in this race because I do not want a horse in this race, even if it's a seahorse in the race.
Even if it's a
no,
horse with derpy eyes.
I do not want to drive the ship. Thank you.
Wait, I decided to look at chat for a quick second. Well, it says, "I'm sorry, but Sapphire has the brain cells. Give it to her."
Like I said, you were gonna be my first pick. Mainly because
Oh
of your
no!
stat.
I was thinking MK because, well, but not needing to sleep is a big part of it, but also
Granted,
logical brain.
I know how to use trance as well. If it was needed, I could take it as well. But I personally vouch for MK, mainly because. Do you feel hunger as well?
Yeah, like
because I still
I
need
do
to
not
eat.
require anything for sustenance.
Okay. I personally still this is out of character mention, but I personally vouch that MK would probably get the best use out of this.
I agree.
Given what he can do.
I agree.
But I won't lie, Sapphire, you were my first choice because I thought
Okay.
that high wisdom stat can go a long way.
With this?
Surprisingly, yeah, wisdom and survival are hand in tandem when it comes to driving
Yeah.
ships.
Okay.
I have a wisdom of 11. I would just waste it.
I like how the
I'm
other
backing
three
off.
have. I'm sorry.
I'm backing off from the option to drive. I have a wisdom of 10.
I see. I see.
can
So
technically drive, but with my intelligence, I might just crash it.
what's your wisdom?
16.
Okay.
Wow.
You're already better suited to be a driver than me.
To be fair, I'm
Yeah.
a ranger, so I do know shit.
Mm.
I just
You are
can't read a
wise.
book.
All right. Henrik?
I'm gay. I'm actually challenged. I can't drive.
No, I mean like who do you think should steer? Who do you think should learn to drive the boat?
Definitely not me, because again, I'm gay. I don't know how to drive. But I think whoever has the best navigation skills can. So basically, the person-
That is none of us. This is to decide who gets the book to learn how to navigate. So
Oh, the book to learn.
yeah.
Yeah.
So some people are arguing that me with the higher wisdom, because I have an 18 wisdom,
It was my wisdom.
or sorry, not 18 wisdom, 16 wisdom.
Hold up. I got an idea. Kiawe,
Dwarf.
if you put your dragon on your head at a certain angle, you can style him to be a really, really cool pirate hat.
Can I get the book?
You don't
I did
need
my
a,
job.
you don't
I
need to
did
be
my
a
job.
human guide.
That is the weirdest pirate I've ever seen, but you have heard of me. His hat winks.
So okay, but let's get back to Henrik.
Sorry.
Henrik. After hearing
Mhm.
these lovely players of mine and your party essentially, if you were to decide who would probably be the best when it comes to handling a boat and learning how to drive it, who would probably be the best choice in this case?
Sapphire. Sapphire.
Ah, man.
All right. I will accept it if that's what everyone agrees to.
Sure. Like
Mhm.
I said, you were my first choice. Like, I think she'd be the best for this.
Okay. All right. So she will stand up since everyone agrees, and she will reach her hand out to take the book.
And Sapphire, as you basically pick up the book and basically open it up, your mind immediately gets the... You're the only choice at Dark Knight. It's funny because here's the thing. I will tell you a little bit of lore. MK originally was the first one because everyone was like, nope, and tosses the book to MK.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, this one's now more critical thinking, do we
I
give it...
wanted Kiawe to have it because could you imagine if Blackbeard had a pet dragon instead? That just sounds fire. I don't know.
That just sounds awesome.
You want to risk the whole campaign on just that?
Yes.
Why not? It's
Okay,
funny.
so
Where's your slap sound? Please bring that out. Your
I
backhanding sound.
I have risked other campaigns for less, and Sound can attest to this.
We are trying to revive this, okay? Please do not chop it open by the heart.
I kicked the book.
Sam,
No.
how many kids did I have at the end of Curse of Strahd?
Okay, that's fair. Okay, but no. No.
We're getting off track
Off
again.
track
We
again. Stop.
We had 3 people basically vote for Sapphire, essentially. So Sapphire, here's the book,
Okay.
and as you read it, this is the stuff you're going to add to your repertoire. You're going to add vehicle proficiency C, which means you are able to handle a boat.
Where do I put that in?
You add in
It's under
proficiencies.
proficiencies. It should be under tools.
Yeah,
Under tools? Okay,
Yeah.
hold on.
because believe it or not, you
Maybe-
do need a proficiency to learn how to drive a cart.
That's crazy. Okay, so
Yeah, there's land vehicles and sea
Sea vehicles.
proficiency.
And if depending on which campaign you are on my games, air vehicle proficiency.
oh, there it is. Proficiency. And sorry, it is called. Oop. Did I click on something? I didn't mean to do that.
I'm just hearing the bubbles go off.
Yeah, I'm. Okay, so is it under other? I assume.
I believe.
Sorry, I keep clicking things.
No, you're good. You're good. I believe it. I believe it's under 12%. Okay, let me see.
Because I have language, weapon, armor, other. Those are the only things in the drop down.
It would be under other then.
Other, okay.
Yeah.
And then. Stop clicking. Let me type.
Did you hit the cog?
Okay, so proficiency, other, and then what is it called?
Vehicle proficiency. C. Like the C.
Oh, C, as in like SEA.
The
Gotcha.
ocean.
Yeah.
The ocean.
The water.
Okay.
Okay.
And then there was another one?
Yes, there was another thing you gain.
Okay.
But here's the funny thing. It actually is funny because you remember what kind of cleric you are?
Yes.
Twilight Domain.
Mhm.
And you know how their entire gimmick is based on stars?
Yes.
Well, let me
That was
go.
gonna be the other thing I want to bring up. You can contact gods of the constellations or something.
I'm pretty sure it's like navigating by the stars.
Oh no, there's something in particular. Is a specific feat. Let me pull it out for you. Let's see. I had it right here. Where is it? No, that's the wrong one. This is the right one. Yes, this one. You gain a particular feat that a lot of people can just casually get to learn about this, but it's easier for you to get. But you gain something called Keen Mind.
Cool.
So here is what it is. Let me just go ahead and copy and paste it for you.
Increase your intelligence. You always know which way is north.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
You have a keen memory, so you know everything that happened.
Your intelligence increases by 1. You also know the number of hours left before the next sunrise or sunset, and you can accurately recall anything you have seen or heard within the past month.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is basically
Yeah.
I know how to pilot a flippin' ship. Let's go.
Let's
You're
go.
basically Nami from One Piece.
Does that mean the false Hydra doesn't work on her?
I mean,
Where can I copy and paste this? Where's the best place to put it?
Also, who put a
In
smiley
feats.
face
in feats.
on the ship?
In feats?
That's feats because this is a feat.
Okay. I can't find feet because I'm.
If you're looking on the Roll20, if you see where the proficiency are, it's on the exact opposite side of the page.
Oh, I
So
see
instead of
the.
being to the left, it's to the right.
I see. I got it. I got it. We're good to continue. Go ahead.
I bet. But yeah, those are the 2 things you gain. Just remember to
Cool.
also increase your intelligence by +1, since it is an additional thing.
And it sources an item, right? Or is it other? Or is it
Or-
just feet?
It's a feat.
It's a feat.
Okay.
It would just be from the
Okay.
feat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Cool.
it's funny since you are someone who uses stars.
Yeah. And I add 1 to my intelligence. Just like type it in.
Also, it's kind of a good thing because Twilight Domain clerics have like what 300 feet of dark vision, so you'd be able to see the things in the dark.
Oh yeah,
Cool.
because MK can't see anything in the dark. I think.
Oh yeah, that would be bad. Yes. Okay. Cool. Okay, so I've got the +1 to intelligence. I've added keen mind, and I've added vehicle proficiency.
To see, yes.
Yeah, to see.
And as you do, the book finishes as it's now an empty book, as you suddenly have a knowledge involving boat transportation.
Well, I think we're good to go.
Wonderful. Now, of course,
Splendid.
when it comes to the boat itself, Kiawe had brought it over. And do not be afraid to ask Sapphire to learn how to drive the boat as well. Any assistance to handling it instead of just pushing all the weight on her would be useful. Now, let me go ahead and bring you to this boat in question. As you remember the boat you guys saw, but as you all go back to it, you see a bunch of servants basically loading it up. As they bring in carts for foods, small stuff for like blankets and such, as Sir Douglas gives you a tour around it. And for those who are into Roll20, you can actually see it.
Do we have our own chambers?
Yes, there's about 6 bedrooms. And one specific restroom for the captain, which is usually the person who's piloting the ship. That one has its own bed. As he shows you around. As you can see, the top deck here has several cannons with ammunition and gunpowder in case of fight on the sea. Fishing rod in case you get interested in fishing. The captain's quarters, which I have laid a map out for you here, as well as a bed in case you need to rest. The steering wheel is above, and down here is the rest of your chambers. Each one of you get your own room. There's a kitchen in here with a small mess hall. As you see the
bathtub?
Oh, yes. We decided because we didn't want you to potentially get any, diseases. Scurvy. This is a magically enchanted one. Basically, there's a magic stone underneath that increases the temp of the water. All you need to do is just grab the water itself, which a simple bucket isn't too hard to get.
That's good.
And if you need to empty it, you just push this button, and it will dump it back into the sea. And don't worry, this cleans it as it boils.
Okay.
And next to it is the toilet.
Right.
Your lounging area, and as you guys go further down, and these are your emergency resources down here. As you
That's
see,
in the lower level?
Yep, basically the storage deck.
Right.
As you actually see a few other objects as well in here. So there's actually 2 cages in here as well.
Oh.
Just in case you have a robber and you need to trap him in there. I will hydrate Mr. Smokes. Don't you worry.
Is there something I can do to just check the durability of this boat?
Oh, yes. Actually...
I pull out a gun.
Oh, no, don't shoot the boat!
Actually, that's what I was about to do, but, You then see, Angela in the distance with a small cannon, and she's like, firing! As you see the cannon coming over, and you see it clock the ship, but it doesn't properly damage it. The wood
It will hit the deck.
As
It's going to kill us before we even take off!
Trust me, sweetie. We have worked on that. You kind of hearing, distant speaking. You can't really tell what she's saying. You just hear, everything. She's so tiny. She's like 2'7".
Can we take her with us?
She's oh, I wish. Some people wish they could, but no.
I wish.
Unfair.
I mean, she's literally the advisor for Sir Douglas. She's like realizing none of you can hear her, so she's like making her steppies upwards as she's like, ah. Anyways, as I was saying, why do boats have to be so big? Angela, you
Can I just lift her up so she can like project her voice better?
as you do, she's like, you know, I shouldn't be used to this, but anyways, my goodness, is this what it feels like to be tall?
Yes.
Wow.
Just minus the back pain.
I won't miss. Well, I wouldn't want that. Anyways, as you saw, this ship is reinforced with a enhanced wax, so the ship is not likely to basically get damaged easily. The only thing that can really properly hurt it is like a barrage of sorts, or a very giant, big whale. But to be fair, it's kind of hard to prepare for a big whale if it's kind of slams itself against the ship and tips it over.
Yeah. Does everyone have swimming? Does anyone know how to swim?
I can
good
float.
athletics.
Oh
I have
boy,
good athletics.
we are in trouble. Athletics doesn't help you swim. Swimming is a completely
it
different
does.
skill.
Yes, it is. You can roll athletics for either swimming in rough waters, walking along, I think like hard terrain, or running for a long period of time, or
Yeah.
climbing.
But if you do fail, you could potentially drown.
Yes.
The other thing,
But
though,
is there an actual skill called swimming?
No,
there's
no,
not,
it's just
but
athletics.
you are able to get a swimming speed if you're somebody who is either proficient in swimming, like, you know, born with it, like a Triton or Lokatha, or if someone was able to help you learn how to swim, essentially. But most of the
Okay.
time, if you've properly never...
I'm just used to it being its own skill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just tie a lot of
In
stuff
5e,
to
they
athletics.
condense a lot of skills down.
Gotcha.
MK doesn't need to breathe, so technically he's good to go.
But he might sink because he's wood
Well,
and he's got a
no,
core in
this
him.
is-
Or
well,
he's
no,
just
if
like
he
drift.
would, he probably would float.
But he's got the core makes his body different, right? It does. He's made of wood, but he's not made of wood at the same
Doesn't
time.
have the properties.
I have to ask this: does
Yeah.
the wood properly expand, or does it not? Because that could determine the answer to a lot of my questions.
Is he buoyant?
Yes.
MK
Oh.
is buoyant?
We won't find out till it happens.
Yep. I guess we gotta play and find out.
He just
You gotta
he's
make
the
NK drown to find out.
It's the
MK, jump in the sea.
It's just the opposite. He's just waterphobic, so he just hops on the water instead because he doesn't want to touch it.
Hydrophobic.
Can he be used as a flotation device in the event
not
of an emergency?
hydrophobic. Sound said waterphobic.
That is what hydrophobic means.
Exactly, but it's not hydrophobic. It's
Hello, Farmer. Nappy.
Nappy.
Farmer Nappy.
Farmer Nappy. Hi.
Nah, it's Farmer Kent now.
I know.
Anyways, but yeah,
So you give us a map so that we know where to go, right?
yeah. You basically have a map and everything.
Excellent.
Now, is there anything else you should worry about, or?
Let's see. We have food, we have clean water, we have a place to sleep, we have a direction to go in. We have money to buy what we need to buy. Do you want us to come back here after every single item we find, or do you want us to find as much as we can and then come back when we're out of resources?
Oh no, there's actually an easy answer for that. Angela? She's then like looking in her bag of holding as she's like, Mimir, could you put me down, please? She's been held up this entire time. Mimir, put me down, please.
He gently places her down.
Thank you. Here. She then hands you essentially a booklet
well, a book. Whenever you find an artifact, basically just place it onto this book. It will make an image of itself, and it will connect to my book. As you see her book, which looks small, but but as soon as you open the pages, it's like an infinite amount of pages. I'll know when something new appears.
Okay.
You can also use it to write it down like a journal.
Mimir looks at the book, then at her, then back at the book, then back to her, and without missing a beat, says, "Your eyes are like rubies," and walks off and starts reading the book.
Well, he is definitely an eccentric one. She doesn't know how to handle this. She's never been flirted with before.
He's not flirting. He's very literal.
I know. She doesn't know how to take it. She
The book that she gave us is blank, right?
pretty much.
Yeah, okay. When we catalog this, will the item be sent to you, or you'll just know that we have it?
We'll just know that you have it.
Okay. But you're okay with us traveling with multiple artifacts and then coming back once
Yes.
we've gathered a few?
I will be able to travel to you when I have the chance to. Just note that it won't be right away. It might be after you collect one or several.
Okay. Then, we should go with the tides. The day is passing. We should probably take advantage of the sun.
Alright. She then kind of goes over to Kiawe and Henrik as she's like, now you two be on your best behavior now. You're traveling with a whole bunch of people that you've never met before. Especially you, Kiawe. No tossing your drink at people.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
And Henrik,
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
just be yourself, sweetie. You're doing your best. She says as she pats you on the knee because
Whoa,
she's short.
whoa, wait a minute. What's that supposed to mean? Wait a minute. Whoa, wait a minute there, Mr. Narrator, sir. What's that supposed to mean?
Pats
Mr.
you on the
Narrator, sir.
knee?
No, as in, no, when you said just be yourself, we had to say it like that. What's that supposed to mean? Huh?
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that, huh? What do you mean by that?
Be your best self, since you're at your best when you're yourself.
No, I'm not. This is not a character. What do you mean by that, Knight? What do you mean by that? Wait a minute. What the fuck you mean by that? Wait a minute. I have some questions and opinions I want to say to you now.
Henrik, you are genuinely a lovely person. Just be yourself, man.
Of course, I know. Kitty.
So question for me, where on the map are we right now?
So, do you see that big chunk of land that's like fully white near Hilpus?
Oh, yes. I remember you saying that. That's where we're starting.
Yeah, that's where you're starting.
And we are going where?
Belladros, the Yellow Land.
Okay. So we are essentially heading north and then east.
Yes.
Or northeast.
As stated, it is basically it's going to take 5 days.
Okay.
As she just like, as Angela then just starts walking out the ship before Sir Douglas is left alone with you all. Now, I do mean it when I say this. I do wish you luck on this journey. This is just as important as to me as your rewards to you. Now, you don't need to see if there's more hidden discoveries. You just need to find 10. That is all you need to find. And I promise you the world I can for your resources and everything I can potentially do.
Say as long as we all get what we want, I think it should be fine.
One question before we go, though, Sir Douglas. How do you wish for us to communicate with you? I mean, do you have some sort of magical means, or do you have a specific way of sending messages?
Well, the book, as I gave you, it can be used
Yeah, I
as a
thought the
journal.
book.
It's a oh, I didn't hear that part.
Yeah, we can write in the book and send messages.
Oh, if he says out of character, I'm gonna say it's like if he sends some shit like "I am Tom Marvel Riddle," I'm gonna be mad.
It looks like we can write messages in this book and they're instantly transmitted to the other person.
I'm going to draw a
Oh,
poorly designed
fascinating.
treasure chest eating gold.
And with that, he nods before he steps off the ship and waves you by as, since this will be the first time that you are going to be driving the ship, I'm going to have you roll a survival check, Sapphire.
Okay.
You do get advantage with this because you do know how to drive it. This is just your first time driving it.
So I rolled a 23.
Oh my god, you
I'm
got
sure
nat 20.
I not 20'd.
Oh my god, you nat
Wow.
20'd.
The first one of the session. Let's go.
Let's
First
go.
one of the campaign.
Yeah, baby, that's what you wait for. That's what it's all
Yippee,
about.
let's go.
So, Sapphire, at
That's what I've been
first,
waiting for.
you're nervous about piloting it. You're even, like, shaking a bit at the wheel. And as soon as you're starting to drive it, you're expecting the worst, only to realize you have everything pretty much all set as Sir Douglas is waving to you all by, and you're already, like, at the point you guys need to go. As you realize there's nothing interfering, there's no problems, you're just moving forward.
This is easier than I thought.
This is the exact opposite of how it started last time because I rolled like a 7 on mine.
Oh yeah,
When
you
you
basically made a
left.
player slap themselves in the fucking face.
Oh dear.
Yeah, basically one of our players was trying to flirt with Sir Douglas and was trying to blow him a kiss, but ended up shoving their hand in their mouth.
Oh no.
Jesus
Like
Christ.
unhinging their jaw. Just to be fair, I think that's more forward than an air kiss.
Hmm.
She will wave as we're leaving.
He waves a
One thing.
mouse.
I waved like very energetically, saying bye to them.
Well,
As we're
Everybody's-
setting off,
Mhm.
Drelbin would like to find where's the kitchen?
it's on the same floor as the sleeping quarters.
Okay. He's gonna go there. He's gonna actually like doff his armor, put his stuff away, and he's gonna take out his cook utensils and just go to work.
Yeah, because there's 6 rooms. I think if you're in roll 20, then there's 6 rooms.
I'm not. I don't know where this is.
Oh,
If
there's
you look in
a
the pinned messages.
there's an invitation for the roll
That's
20.
just- Where am I looking? Where am I looking?
In the Rift general chat.
MK.
Rift General Chat.
How can I be of assistance?
I don't know where to find it.
Would you be okay if I performed annual checks on you?
I got you.
Not annual, but occasional checks up on you.
No, that's you too.
Like medical or
Contact.
mechanical?
Mechanical.
So like engineering type of thing.
Yes.
That makes sense.
My core actually does a self-diagnosis regularly.
But who checks to make sure that those diagnostics are correct?
I'm also curious to see how you operate.
No answer found.
Then you need someone to read those diagnoses and make sure that you're functioning properly.
I'm also very curious about how you operate. If possible, I would like to replicate it and make it MK3.
There was already an MK3.
Oh.
I am Mark II, the very second ever made. There are more of me, though.
I was like off character. I was gonna be like, but we had to kill MK3. He was being, he was acting. He had a sense of self.
He discovered the internet.
He discovered the internet. He started saying these memes. We don't know what memes are.
Mark III was the first to implement metal ornaments into its. Wording is hard.
English is hard. English is hard. Don't worry.
English is hard when you're trying to speak like a robot.
How do you think I feel? I'm trying to my best to speak like a sociopath.
I'm just talking.
Kiawe's just cheapa choppa over there.
Yep.
It spread further.
Chippy chippy choppa choppa dooby
Ah.
So, the captain's quarters is the first one on the left. Is that right?
If you drag the thing all the way up,
Yeah.
the captain quarter is the very top one.
Yeah.
It's
Like, you
just
drag all the way up with the map.
There's 2 rooms at the top.
No,
Or is
no,
it?
not on the lower deck part. There's a separate
Oh.
part if you scroll up on the map for the captain's quarters.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, I see. Well,
Yeah, I'm
beat.
assuming that's what's right underneath that staircase leading up to the sail is.
Oh, okay. Cool.
But MK, if possible, can you see in the dark by any chance?
No.
No, I cannot. I was not programmed with said operations.
I can possibly give you an upgrade. Or at
How
least make
so?
something so it's possible for you to see in the dark.
How so?
I can replicate magical items. Are your eyes detachable?
All parts of me are detachable and can be upgraded with such, but I will be powered down for the duration.
Understood. So, if possible, the next time you power down, I would like to take your eyes and turn them into goggles of night. That way you will be able to see in the dark and operate more efficiently. Would that be acceptable?
That would be up to Drelvin, as he is the one that I take orders from.
Understood. I'll ask him.
Is my token up here?
No, I don't have a token on here either.
My token needs to be updated.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, but I know where...
let me see.
Yeah, y'all just joined the Roll20, so it hasn't had a chance to.
I see.
Yeah.
Or
Seth,
Sound hasn't had a chance to.
do you see your token?
I do. Oh, yeah, I see it now. Yes.
See if you can control it. I think I gave control to you.
No, I can't move it.
Okay, let me see if I can try to fix it.
'Cause I've been here the whole time.
Okay, try now.
Yes.
And Henrik hasn't messed with his yet since he still needs to figure out Roll20.
I can walk
Like
on
you
water.
do.
I can walk on water.
I
Just
used
kidding.
I used to be able to fly, but Lion said I didn't.
Huh. I guess I am buoyant.
Huh. I guess I do
I
exist.
believe I can float.
I'm gonna walk up to Drelvin.
Also, Aqua, until you basically have it, I do have this
Oh,
that I
that works.
that I was able to get earlier.
Okay.
So
Okay, how
when
do
you
I manipulate that?
you basically click on it and then you can use your arrow keys to move it.
That's cool.
Or just drag it with your mouse.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure that out. Because I'm only controlling the camera. Is that, I guess I have to select...
Left
and
click
then-
is to control the camera.
Oh, I
right
see.
click is
Okay,
to-
I
there you
understand now. I'm guessing this is the kitchen. I guess so.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
Who's the long black-haired person?
That was my old character.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, he just
He-
hasn't updated his token.
Yeah, it used
I'm
to
like,
be. He used to be a fairy that was hiding the fact he was a fairy,
he's pretty.
and wore a ring that made him look like an elf
I see.
and as tall as an elf.
We'll die
a-
for pretty boy.
Pringle.
He was very, very antisocial.
Yeah, I bet.
He was the
Draw-
fighter.
I love how the chair is in a place where it's like halfway on one square and halfway on another, so you can't put the token down directly on the chair.
Nah.
Yeah, no.
Robin,
Wait, actually, let me see. Can I fix that? But can I click on you and can I prevent you from locking? Okay, so that
Just
one-
sit on the desk.
I'll sit on the desk, yeah.
Robin, I need your permission for something.
Sure thing. He will say this as he is like just stirring a pot of vegetable stew. Like beef
I would like to remove MK's eyes so that he can see in the dark.
What, how would that work?
I would tinker on his eyes and turn them into goggles in the night. Once he boots back up, he should be able to see. He should be able to see in the dark once I'm finished.
Sure, if you believe you can do so, I don't see why.
I know I can do so.
All right.
The
Go right
confidence with this man.
Go right
Second,
ahead.
if possible, can I run diagnostics on MK?
Do you mind if I ask how that would help?
In case he were to ever be damaged, I still know nothing about how he operates. I understand that if he is down or powered down, all parts of him are removable and can be put back together. But I don't know whether or not the wood he has expands or not. So therefore, I would like to run a diagnostic on him so I can understand how he operates better.
That could work. Might as well give it a try. Couldn't
This
hurt.
scares
I
me,
hope it wouldn't.
hearing how confident Chris sounds when he's speaking smart. Because I'm like, this is just me seeing Braum all over again.
Thank you.
For reference, me and Smokes here, we played Curse of Strahd. I was the wizard, because I used to be the warlock, but then I ended up playing a wizard because my character was able to escape. And the best way to put it was, I was the smartest person in the room, even though there was someone who was, quote, the smartest in the room. And the amount of times I had to say smart things, and then I was like, damn, how did I understand this?
Sound, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm actually intelligent. You know this. I just LARP as a dumbass. It makes life so much easier.
You choose to shut your brain off, not by
Yes.
not by
lack
habit, by
confidence.
choice.
I just lack confidence.
That's really cool. So how much
But I
time
lack
do we have?
confidence?
How much time do we have until sunset?
No, that I LARP as a dumbass. You didn't hear that part.
No, I did. I just said it's just I just lack confidence. That's my problem.
Confidence is something that you can train by practice.
I guess.
It is. You fake it
Yeah.
until you make it. That's exactly how it works.
Yeah, you
What
can
if
actually
faking
do
it
that.
just-
You
but
just
what if
keep
faking it
you
doesn't work.
you act like, well, I mean, that's how you learn things, by failing it over and over again until you finally get it.
I guess.
I could say something, but I don't want to go further off topic. So,
All right.
but my question is how far are we from sunset at this point?
Oh, sunset's
Mike-
slowly approaching.
Slowly approaching. All right, let's try and take advantage of the sunlight as much as we can. But everybody should settle in.
I'm still in the kitchen. Like I'm cooking stuff.
Yeah, if you haven't settled in, did you pick a room?
Oh,
Get cozy.
I'd like one with a desk.
So-
like, or,
Well,
they all
don't
get
they-
desks.
They
Ooh.
all have desks. The captain's quarters doesn't have a bed in it, or is it supposed to have a bed in it?
I
It's
wouldn't
supposed
mind
to have a
taking
bed.
This one.
It's supposed to have a bed. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Am I able
I
to? Am I able to ping anything?
If you hold
Yeah.
down
I wouldn't mind
the-
taking that one. This one right here. I wouldn't mind taking that one.
So let's see. Where's Seth? There they are.
I'm in the captain's quarters. That's why I was like, "There's no bed in here." So we'll just
that's probably
assume
the
there.
captain's rooms.
We'll just
but-
assume there's a
but- or
pull-out
the
bed.
office.
We'll assume there's a bed in there.
Yeah.
I'm
Or
gonna
a very comfy hammock.
I'm gonna take this room and I'm gonna sleep in the chest.
Huh?
I am a lady. I do not sleep in a hammock.
I kid.
MK's taking the smallest room because he doesn't need much room to do anything with.
He goes into the closet.
Effectively, yeah.
There's enough rooms for all of us, isn't there?
Oh no,
there
it's
are
just
double
these two are
beds.
weird. It's just these
Well, I
two
mean,
are
if
weird.
you want, the captain can take the other like double bed. That one gets a chest and a desk. Like, I just wanted this one because it had the wine rack and the desk.
That's why I thought that was the captain's quarters when I first saw it. But then he pointed me up
If
to
you want,
the
you can
other.
have that one. I'll take
Yeah.
the one the opposite.
It was just I had someone help me make this, and I forgot to mention that there's a bed in the captain's quarters. So
Yeah, that's fine. We will just pretend that there is a bed in here. That's all.
yeah,
Fine.
we will just
Okay,
pretend.
okay.
Yeah, let me just draw. Fucking...
Or remember to put a sock on the door. He dropped that on there. Oh my god. Excuse me,
Leave
sir.
it hot.
I require a king-size bed.
Oh, my apologies. Let me fix that for you.
No,
This is so cursed.
Is there
If
a
only
race?
chat could see what you were doing.
Oh, let me just.
if only.
Oh no, I can't erase it. Hold on. Hold on. I see the start of it. No, we are not. No.
Oh no, not the Amogus.
Dark Knight. Dark Knight said something, Drobin.
What's that?
Dark Knight on Sound Stream.
Oh shit. Hold on. I'm looking at the way for chat.
Remember when I do that all
What is
the
it
time,
that they
Sam?
said?
A fair bet.
You're great, Jelbin.
Dude.
Thank you. Bless you.
I threw beat. Have fun.
Thank
You
you.
guys are great.
Yeah.
I am the unhinged schizophrenic that they never leave out of their sights.
Yeah.
I'm
It is
basically
not
the
a
young
bed, it's a
dad that didn't
food.
know he was the young dad until he became the young dad.
And I am
Drum.
going to end stream here, since I believe this was a good session 0 to get our bearings in.
Drobin, read the chat one last time.
Hold on.
But yeah.
I'm looking.
So I thank you all for
You're amazing.
watching,
Keep being yourself. God bless you.
and thank you to those who joined me for today's session. I know there wasn't that a lot that happened, but again, this is to get us from point A to point B for session 1, where you guys do your crazy shenanigans.
Mhm.
And I am thankful for you guys joining, and for those watching. And of course, I'll ask your opinions on what you thought of the session once we end stream. But for now, for those who are watching, thank you all kindly. And,
Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to be a degenerate now. They're never gonna find the
I've been
bodies.
starving all day.
I need to go get
Bye.
some sleep.
I
I'll
am
be back.
They're never going to find the bodies. They're never going to find the body. I'm in the
And now-
walls. I'm in the wall.
You know what? I'm gonna go freaking raid someone out while we
Okay.
end stream. Oh, Teeny's online. Let's go bother her.
Fuck, I actually do have to go to sleep early tonight.
Oh, I love your overlay with the pets, the puppets
Yeah,
and stuff.
that's the little puppets. That's cute. I like that.
Oh, mine?
Yeah, it's cute.
Oh yeah, I am a puppet master after all. So.
That's true.
We are
Sound, the most wholesome one of us is the puppet master.
Is he the most wholesome one of us?
I am the
thought I'd
most.
be wholesome.
I thought I was the most wholesome one of us.
All right, it's
Nope, it's
time.
Sound.
I was wholesome.
Time to rate.
Period.
It's Sound without any difficulty whatsoever.